Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly game master today, because today we are carrying on with part 2 of our adventure, Demons in the Dark Woods. I think I got that name wrong last time. Is it Demons in the Dark Woods or Demons of the Dark Woods? Demons in the Dark Wood. And we are playing today the Savage Worlds version. So the Pinnacle Entertainment's awesome, fast, fun, and furious system, Savage Worlds, set in Palladium Books' classic kitchen sink, post-apocalyptic setting, Rifts. And with me today are the stars of the adventure, the Demon in the Dark Woods adventure. Let me go through the order I've got you guys. Why don't you tell us who you are, who you're playing, and, you're not any levels. So, first up is George.
Oh, hey, I am George. I'm playing Brandon Cryos, who is a human leyline walker. And you might be able to see his image, but he's got this mask on. So he, as I mentioned last time, he sort of sounds like he's Bane, but a little bit more intelligible. So he's talking like this.
Does he also have that weird voice?
I don't want to annoy everybody the whole time. So I'm going to say no.
Next up is Brent.
Hey, I'm Brent, and I'm playing a human juicer named Long Walker. A juicer is sort of like, I think of it as someone who took the Captain America Super Serum, except it requires constant upkeep. You have to keep pumping the serum through you, and it kills you after about 4 years. So you're like Captain America, but you need the cocktail, it kills you, and to help with it, you have to turn a different set of chemical cocktail on when you're out of combat that makes you really, really chill, maybe come across as slightly stoned.
You know who you're more describing is Bane. Bane on Venom. So, like comic book
We're
Bane.
all some version of Bane.
Exactly.
That's right.
And yours is going to be a luchador who's a, I know, the funniest thing, I always thought that character was lame just because I'd never, and then someone describes to me as Chuck Patton's attempt at like making an evil, what is it, Doc, who's the pulp character, Doc Samson? No.
Doc Savage?
Doc Savage. Yeah, as like it's an evil Doc Savage, complete with like a supplemental, his like whatever the Fantastic Five or whatever his sidekicks are. I'm like, oh, that's actually, I mean, I still don't like the character, but that's a cool idea. Jeffrey, who are you playing?
Yeah, I'm Jeff, and I am playing Lady Serena. She is a cyber knight, and she fights with a psychic blade.
Very nice.
And she likes to break heroes' backs over her knee.
Yes. Well, she has done a dandy job of breaking her rifle last session.
Yeah, she's done really well at that. And our vehicle.
Right.
All right. So one of the things we talked about for those who are joining us, we're about a month off from the last session. We played about a month ago. We've now come back again to continue on with the adventure. What I've said is that each of the players will get 2 advancements. And if you're not familiar with how experience or how like characters change over the course of play in Savage Worlds, advancements are kind of like an opportunity for you to do new things, get new things, learn new things. It's not quite like what a level-based game is, although there are tiers of heroes in the game. And it's not quite like just spending points because you are sort of restricted in how you can convert those advancements over. The closest thing it reminds me of, honestly, is the Iron Kingdoms RPG, the original version put out by Pinnacle, by Privateer Press. Because you have regimented things you can do at sort of each tier. So each of you guys has 2 advancements that you can spend, and there are different ways. The guys, I think, have already made decisions on how they're... I gave Brent shit for one of the things he picked because he's going to eat all their food. But guys, what...
It goes with the stoner. It's a role-playing thing. Not only am I out of it, I'm really hungry all the time, too.
So here's what you can get for your advancements. You can get a new edge. You can increase a skill that is equal to or greater than its linked attribute by 1 type. You can increase 2 skills that are lower than their linked attribute by 1 die of each type. You can increase one attribute by a die type, and you can only do that once per tier, or rank, I guess, in this game. Or you can permanently remove a minor hindrance or reduce a major hindrance to a minor one if you've got a minor version of that. So, guys, how did you choose to spend? Let's go one at a time. How did you spend your first advancement, Brandon?
Okay, so considering the fact that we barely made it to the woods, and we still have ways to go.
Yep.
I decided to take a skill in repair.
Okay.
Which gave me a D4 instead of having a penalty.
Okay.
And you get 2 skill advancements for 1 advancement point.
Yep.
So I did that, and I did spell casting since I'm a leyline walker, and I thought it would be more effective if I was able to perform better in that area. And then for my second advancement, I decided to boost my spirit.
Now, your spell casting, hold on, oh yeah, it was lower than your smart, so yeah, that's great. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And so I boosted my spirit by 1 because I recognize how important it is, especially in battle, to have a high spirit. So I wanted to remove the shaking condition earlier rather than later.
Excellent. Brent, what did you spend your advancements on?
All right. So I spent the first one on some skills. I thought it might be helpful to have a backup pilot. So I was going to put a point into piloting, but if that's not necessary and the other guys have a better idea for its usage, I can move that around. And then I put the other point in fighting so I could stab as well as I can shoot.
Okay.
And then I had so much fun last time being under the effect of that quickness spell where I just raced around the battlefield.
Yep.
There's a juicer edge called Prometheus treatment, which means you eat a lot, but it also means a juicer has double the normal human pace. It makes it triple, and it gives an initiative boost on top of that. So he'd always be like a speedster on the battlefield.
What's the small print on that one?
He consumes double the amount of food that a normal human.
So you guys are going to have to roll, when we're rolling to deplete food supplies, you're rolling twice and taking the lower result.
All right. So if you guys not cool with that, I can grab a different...
You know what? I think that's fine. It will be, for one thing, it's going to be hilarious when you guys run out of food. And 2, I think it also fits with what happened at the end of last session with you dropping down to 2 burn and you having that tremble. The idea that your thing is sort of jacked into overdrive now and you're running faster and whatever else, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, you're going to burn out.
Yep.
Yeah, hopefully not before the end of the session.
On the plus side, yeah. The downside, our main gun is gone. On the plus side, our food will last longer. So there is that. What the reason...
You can eat me when I'm gone.
One other thing to consider, Brent, is... so I'll remind you guys as part of the journey. So this is some optional rules out of the Tomorrow Legion Field Manual. Whoop, looks like that. Journeys are where there are some mandatory positions that you guys have to take, and then there are some optional ones as well. Somebody has to be the navigator. At the start of each day, you're rolling survival. And I think that's what you've been doing, Brent, because your survival's pretty good. Someone has to be a lookout, which is reliant on notice. And I think that, Brandon, you might have been our lookout. Yeah?
Yeah.
And someone has to be the pilot. And the pilot is the one... Serena has been our pilot with no training. And being a pilot also is the only one of those that might happen more than once a day, depending if you want to sort of push your luck and get a further distance. So, the reason I mention that, Brian, is because having a backup pilot, it's probably unlikely to come up. And you've already got a role that you're already quite good at, which is your survival.
Right, I would, I guess my survival is already linked to intelligence, so it's maxed out. I guess I'm rolling d6 plus 2. If I also don't go with the fighting increase, I could spend that 1 advancement to move it to above my smarts.
Mm.
Yeah.
so I'd be slightly less stabby, but I would. I'm still very shooty, and then I could.
Do you have that edge that allows you to attack twice as well too? It's like berserk.
No,
like that.
it's a C. I looked at that and it was really cool, but I need to be seasoned to take it.
Ah, okay.
So
last, Jeffrey, what did you take for Serena?
Well, I always like to take things that make sense for what happened in the session, and so I have taken piloting. Nice. As that's what I was doing all the time. Terribly.
Dodge Skelebot.
And I think this one makes sense, but I'm not sure. It's called Battle. It's a skill, and it's seeing as how we kind of got caught in that essentially in a bad position during that battle, and I think she learned a lot from it about tactics and positioning and getting in there basically. With her team. So that's what I went with on skills.
Okay.
And I was thinking that for my second one, I was going to boost my strength.
So that would actually affect your melee stuff as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Pretty cool. All right.
So
now.
No.
All right.
How do you do that?
How do you do that? What do you mean? Like on the character sheet?
Yeah.
You just... Well,
I click the cog and then...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There we go. I figured it out.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
I love these. So they've also released, since from the last time we played till this time we played, Pinnacle has also released a set of rules for Roll20, full like compendium support and whatnot for Adventure Edition for this. And I set up a game with it, but unfortunately it erased a bunch of your skills and certain things weren't working anymore. And I'm like, I'm not spending time fixing it. So
understandable.
there is a better version of this. Next time we play Savage Worlds, that's not this campaign, then we will most definitely play with those things. So there's like a branded dice deck. There's great, what do you call it? Macros that have things like rolling for injury, rolling for wounds. So like every little sub table that you could conceive of in the game is there in macros that you can set up. So it's a wonderful rule set for Roll20.
That's great. Awesome.
Okay, so then.
So I decided to go with the survival. So I still can stab, not ultimately stab, but
you'd stab.
I'm not the ultimate stabber, but I'm better at survival now.
With a little sigh afterwards.
Like, I'm getting a little worried about Brent. I'm very concerned about stabbing things.
Well, he's a long walker. He wants to stab something before he dies.
I get it. I understand that.
Brent's been locked up.
Everyone's got like a bucket list or things that they want to do.
Well, you're what now? A little more than a year of working from home with 2 young daughters. So
yeah, I get it.
Yeah, 2 young kids. Full stop. That's what you got to do is get them out to work. That's the trick.
I know. I've been looking for people who need like basket weavers or something that factory here somewhere.
All right, so guys, what happened last time to bring us up to speed to where we find ourselves in this derelict town? What happened last time, guys?
So usually I take copious notes. However, thinking it was only going to be a one shot, I didn't do that. So
in fairness to
Jeff might know.
There's a lot going on in this game for when you're first time playing. Like for starting characters in this as compared to the complexity of starting characters in any other Savage World setting, there's a lot more to keep track of for these characters. And then there's also a lot more sub-mechanics like spells and psionics and crazy complex weapons and shit. Like you're not just doing 6 shooters, you've got your multi-attack fire, armor piercing, whatever the fuck. So there's a lot going on. So I can imagine that just keeping those balls in the air was enough to be like, what's happening in the background?
It's definitely part of it, but it also is super fun. So it's great. But I know that Serena was summoned to I can't remember the name of the.
So let's do it previously on
charge of Camp Refuge, Castle Refuge.
Lord Coke,
that's it,
Castle Refuge had summoned Serena to his thing. And this was what Castle Refuge looks like. And what he had indicated is that there was someone that Lady Serena knew, a former romantic partner. Someone named Dr. Alicia Verga. And Alicia had gone down to a place called the Dark Woods. And apparently had been investigating what, some kind of set of ruins. Castle Refuge is around here, and the Dark Woods are there. Only 7 feet away. You guys are fine.
I know.
There'll be no time.
Yeah, it's really much closer than I thought.
So what she had, they had lost contact with her and weren't able to advise that when the locals or the people in Castle Refuge, the scholars, the rogue scholars, had identified the images, what they had found is that what she thought was that this was ancient Atlantean ruins that had been found in the Dark Woods and might help them in to learn more about the returned continent of Atlantis and the hideous inhuman slavers that inhabit that place. Unfortunately, on closer inspection, it seemed that many of the markings that were in there were much closer to something that a rogue scholar named Aaron Tarn had seen south of the former U.S.-Mexico border. Something in the Vampire Kingdoms. With that in mind, and with Serena eager to see what could be done, she agreed to immediately take a crew, or take her team, and head down into the dark woods, though that route would take her dangerously close to the Federation of Magic, a very sinister and former adversary of the Castle Refuge and the city of Tolkien, a place that Brandon is quite familiar with, and the humanocentric fascist nations of the Coalition. You guys had a taste of what life was like traveling overland in post-Rifts Earth, where you guys passed through a ley line storm. You got to experience some of the strange alien life that has come to populate this world after the end of the world. And then you came upon the very real evidence of the Coalition's activities to try and cleanse the lands around them. What did you guys find there?
I don't remember what they were called. They were like death troopers or
Scalabots.
Scalabots.
Yeah, and you also, if you may remember, that you found the basically the remnants or the evidence of a mass execution as well too. That whole town of what is colloquially known as DBs or dimensional beings that were all executed by these, and then they left these sinister Scalabots as kind of a booby trap. You guys have just finished defeating them, and Longwalker has just run up to go and retrieve your ATV, or not your ATV, your hover vehicle that you guys have been supplied with. What you don't know, or the other characters don't know, is that Longwalker may have done that because his hands are beginning to tremble, suggesting that this may be Longwalker's last call. So, guys, now, one of the things you can do, I'm assuming that even without training Longwalker, you're going to be able to navigate this thing down into town. What you guys could find is that although this place looks dilapidated, this is kind of what most communities look like that are not part of some larger region. Hey, you got a side... Brent, I don't want to warn you, but you seem to have grown something out of the side of your head. Oh, God, it moved! Hey, Wiener, how are you? So what... I'm going to watch my language for the next couple of minutes.
Are you heading off? Yeah. Okay, you're safe.
That's enough. That's about right. Okay, then... what you guys can also do is you guys are also able to scrounge. Like, it is unfortunate what happened to these people. But with the Skelebots destroyed, one of the reasons that the Coalition, and also because it's just a great illustration, here's a reminder of what the Coalition forces look like.
Oh, yes.
It was awesome.
And the forces of the Federation of Magic.
Cool.
Okay. What you guys... Oh, and you were calling that's right, the Hog. The Hog is what you're calling your vehicle. So, what you guys can do is, because this is here, you guys can actually scavenge. You guys can take 3d6 hours, given the size of this place, and try and give it a good look over, and see if you can't find anything to help you. You may find supplies, you may find artifacts. Who knows what you might find?
Maybe food?
Food might be helpful, especially with, Longwalker's driving it with like a bag of Doritos in his lap.
Spare parts.
Spare parts.
Or are the guns on the Skelbot both the? I think we've got 2 malfunctioning weapons amongst the party, or 2 rifles. I know mine's not working.
Well,
it's working. It's just at a penalty.
The Skelebot ones are likely there's a security process because they've been outfitted the Skelebot. So,
right.
You can. I mean, the concern is that or I guess like the resource that you now are making a decision of how to spend is your time. The Hog is currently really banged up because I think it's at a -4 to all piloting checks because of the damage that it's incurred. Your fuel is down to a D4. Let's see. Yeah, fuel's down to a D4, which means if you roll a 1 on it again, you're out. So
right. So we need to find maybe fuel, potentially food.
Oh, who is Brent? You did most of the shooting. Why don't you give us a 2d6 roll, please? Let's check for ammo. That's how your ammo stores are going. It's better. Okay. So you are, your ammo is staying as is at a D6. One thing I fucked up last time is your supply traits are treated like the wealth trait, an optional trait from Savage Worlds, and like other traits, you get to roll your wild die with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
cool.
All right, guys. So then, what you can eat to make your scavenging roll, what you're making is notice checks. And if you're agreed to take the 3d6 hours, which will put you into the evening probably, you will get a +2 to your roll. And because of this is a town that seems to have fallen, it's going to probably have supplies in it. And that means another +2 on it. So you'll have +4 to your roll. And for every, if you get a success and every raise, I get to draw... or I will draw cards for you from the action deck, and that will tell you what you find. And if you're curious, these aren't actually from the Savage Rifts rules. They're actually from the Hell on Earth Reloaded book, because it's all about post-apocalyptic stuff.
Cool.
So, what do you guys wish to do? I guess here's the other thing you could spend that time on is you could spend a 6-hour chunk trying to work on repairs. You could just pack up and travel more. What are you guys thinking?
Repair and scavenge.
Yeah, okay. I think that's...
So who wants to give us... Here, let's do this. Why don't each of you guys roll a d6? That'll give us 3d6. That'll tell us how many hours you guys have to spend doing this.
Cool.
1.
Okay, 1. Good. 4, 8. So it's only 8 hours. So it'll put you into the evening. Now, would each of you kindly give me a notice roll? And I've changed each your... I think I've changed each your character sheet, so it should... prompt for
modifiers.
Yeah, for modifiers. Let me double check. Let's see here. I think what I did is I may have done that on the... Here we go. Prompt for miscellaneous modifiers. Okay. Brandon, you're ready to go for those miscellaneous modifiers? Let's see here. Yeah, because sure enough, I did it on the ones from that aborted game I set up. I'm like, Okay. Brent, you're set for prompt for minute miscellaneous modifiers as well. And Lady Serena. Boom. Let's see here. Yours will prompt for miscellaneous modifiers now, too. All right. So, guys, that way we don't have to... You can just put those modifiers in and we won't have to be doing the math afterwards. Holy Christ, Brandon.
I know.
Oh, my God.
Pretty amazing. 3 8s.
Holy shit. So, let's see here. That's...
a roll.
You know what? I got a little handy raise calculator here.
It's like 5.
Let's see here. The text number is 13... Okay, so the target number was 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 raises. Yeah, I got in the Savage Worlds Adventure Edition.
Oh,
they had this cool little raise calculator. You pick the target number of your thing and you just count to the right.
that's awesome.
I'm very simple, so you know.
Well, they do a really good job of trying to make it as easy to play as possible.
Absolutely. All right, so you got 5 raises. That means you're getting 6 cards. Long Walker got 1 card. Lady Serena's getting 1 card as well. So I fix it now. Why don't you guys each give us just roll anything you want, any skill you want. Make sure that those miscellaneous modifiers are prompting.
Yep.
Excellent.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Let's see what happens right here. Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
And it tells you at the bottom of the roll there.
Nice.
Miscellaneous modifiers. Cool. That's great.
Okay. All right, so then what you guys find, each of you, would you give me, so Long Walker and Lady Serena, go ahead and roll 2d6. And that helped be, okay. 7, okay. So...
These aren't exploding, are they?
These are not exploding, no.
Okay.
What these are is just, it's what you can... We'll multiply that by 100, we'll say. So you guys get, by 100. So you get 1,800 worth of kind of like random stuff that you could sell for credits. So you guys will have 1,800 credits put back in. And then for Brandon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 5. Actually, Brandon, give me a 2d6 roll.
Okay.
As well. You add that to the loot.
Go.
Another
4.
Another 400. So 2,200, I think, is the total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What you also find is... so first, George, would you give me a D20 roll, please?
Okay. 19.
Holy shit. All right. So, you actually find a Wilkes laser rifle. I think it's identical to what, effectively, it'll be maybe a different model or have a different sort of body to it. It's identical to what Serena has.
The one that I
Awesome.
wrecked.
Yeah, the one you wrecked. So there's
Perfect.
a new one of those. Next
Sweet.
is hearts. You can bump your food dice up by 1.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yes. We needed that.
Yep.
So hungry.
Then it's a 7 of spades.
We also need fuel bad.
Ooh. Also find, it seems as if these people were trying to prepare for what might happen, because this is another weapon. And this is, let's see here. There we go. This is actually just going to be a... Wilkes pulse rifle. You can find its stats on page 101 of the whatever it's called, the Tomorrow Legion Legionnaire Player's Guide. You also find, you can bump your ammo dice up by 1.
Oh, nice.
And Jack of Diamonds. You also find 1 dice worth of spare parts.
Cool.
Ooh, that's good.
So you can bump your spare parts up by 1 as well.
Right,
so then, let's see here.
This is the updated list now. I just put it in.
Excellent. Okay. All right. So this brings you into the evening. What do you guys wish to do? It's been a long day. You have fought quite hard as well. What are you guys thinking of doing with your evening?
I had a quick question, which is when I'm regaining power points, do I have to be resting, or is it just happening over time?
I think you need to rest in order to, because it's like if you rest, you get a certain amount back per hour.
Yeah, exactly. I recover. I recover. I have rapid, so I recover 10 PvP per hour.
Oh, nice.
So I'm definitely gonna need to rest because I blew through all of my power.
I would also, if your question is whether you'd prorate that across the hour, I would. So like if you rested for 18 minutes, you'd get 3 points back.
Okay, cool, great.
And I think the way the rules are when you don't have to it's not like D&D where you have to sleep. You know, you can sit in the car so long as you're not doing any exertion.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Well, I'm gonna need to not do any exertion or sleep.
You guys set up the camp. I gotta.
Coffee.
Yeah.
I love this game. This game actually, when you look at the fatigue rules, you get a bonus. I forget what page it is, like in the little tiny sentence, and a bonus for like coffee or other stimulants.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
That's great. The state of the hog. I'm just trying to recall. I mean, I know we had really done some damage to it, but we got it up and running again, right? That's how we reached this spot, and then we left it a ways off and walked up here.
So
we have to go back and get it.
Longwalker had brought it down because he.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He ran off to try and hide his. Hold on. It is.
And maybe I'll try and park it not in the main drag, but there were sort of like buildings that sort of have overhang. Maybe I could sort of obscure it. So if there was like an air patrol or something.
There's probably like an old fuel station. You know, you could just park it underneath there.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
I mean, it's sort of like Chekhov's fuel station then, so.
It's going to go off.
Yeah, exactly.
Be prepared.
You ever seen RoboCop? Okay. Now hold on here. I'm just...
So do you guys want to do anything else other than rest, just out of curiosity?
Longwalker would be very happy if you made his gun, if you could fix his gun.
Now, you guys will each get 1 more point of conviction because of your... you guys took a stand, you disabled those Skelebats, so in addition to us topping up your bennies and my bennies, you also get a chance to... to get your conviction back. And as a reminder, you can spend that to add a 1d6 to any roll.
And we're using the blue bar for conviction?
Blue bar is your PPE or your ISP in...
right.
Yeah. Or your burn in Longwalker's case.
Yeah.
So it's the red... Or it's wounds. Okay, so we're just keeping track of conviction separately.
Yeah. Yeah. Why has Longwalker not got a wound bar?
Green or bennies?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 1 conviction.
Yeah.
Right.
I can see my wound thing up top. Oh, there. I just have to put a...
Yeah, it's got to be a 0. Okay. All right, then, guys. So you got the hog parked underneath there. Are you planning on working through the night, Brandon, or are you gonna just get the repairs done tomorrow? Every day.
Do I have it? I guess I wouldn't have any idea how long it might take me to do the repairs.
6 hours.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yep.
And what we said is about evening? What time did we say?
Right now, yeah. By the time you guys are finished up, it was... I how many hours was it that you guys were scrounging?
I think it was
8 hours.
8 hours, yeah.
Yeah, so you came across this, like, kind of like early afternoon. It's probably like 9 o'clock at night at this point.
Okay. I think I'd wait till tomorrow since it is functional. It's not like we can't drive away if we need to.
Yeah.
And I need to regain some power points or else bad things, I'm not going to be able to help out too much.
One of you did quite well in your common knowledge roll about the coalition as well, too. And, like, if they place Skellybots here, they are unlikely to return to it. Like, they're likely programmed to be in the ambush, and they're probably to move on after a certain point as opposed to, them coming back and collecting the things. And I know that it's likely pronounced Skellybots, but I'm having fun saying Skellybots, so...
Totally.
Yep. All right. So then, what you can do, Long Walker, is although it would take some modification to be able to use those crazy pulse guns that the Skellybots were carrying, you could harvest ammo from them probably.
Okay. Let me try to do that.
Yeah. So just bump your ammo dice up by 1.
All right.
So your ammo dice will now be a D10. So great. When you guys run out of fuel, it's going to be the best holdout, since the end of the world. Terrific.
Yep, exactly.
You guys are going to have the most fun fort of all the kids in post-apocalyptic rifts. So that evening, it is a strange sense of calm. Like, you almost get with the Skellybots gone and the that ley line storm having passed a day before, you get a small snippet of what life must have been like for the people living here. And it is remarkably peaceful. The skies clear out, so you see there is a blue, shimmer on the horizon, as there often is. But all you can hear is the sound of, like, cicadas in the trees, and you can hear the sound of the trees gently moving. It cools off to a comfortable temperature, but not, not cold. So even though you guys have like your little electronic heater or something like that, sitting outside attached to the nuclear, power source in the hog, it's really not needed. I think maybe this place would have been picked over for pre-rift supplies. There's probably some food you're able to pick up from here as well, too, to just something that's a little different from the equivalent of like K rations that you guys would otherwise be relying on the road. What's the mood like around camp? Where's everyone's mind at right now?
I think for Brandon, he's considering his background. Any kind of tyranny or injustice is really, affects him, which is what he saw at Tolkien, and after he joined the Federation of Magic for a short time and saw the injustices that they were perpetrating, he realizes the Coalition has done the same thing to these simple village folk, who obviously had, like, now that he's like experiencing it, somewhat of an idyllic, despite the post-apocalypse. An idyllic existence here in this what was once a beautiful town. So I think he's feeling some sadness for those people, and then some it's sort of slowly shifting into energy to try to make this world a better place in any way that he can.
Okay. What about Long Walker?
Long Walker is somewhat preoccupied with the state of his, like, the shake and where he is physically. I think in terms of what he's seen in the town, he's seen this before. This is a coalition. This is what they do if they find a place. It's sad, but semi-common.
Let me ask you something too. So, because of the flush of your chemicals and whatnot to calm you down, the anxiety that would come with living with a dense death sentence would be completely blunted by that stuff. But you would know that as soon as that's gone, those feelings, like whether it's fear, whether it's acceptance that you're finally going to die, that's a check in the mail. So when you do, get yourself jacked and go back into combat again, not only are you going to get that sort of that combat rush and whatnot too, but the blunting of the knowledge that this is last call is going to hit you. Now, you wouldn't be necessarily feeling it because of the amount of chemicals and drugs and shit coursing around in his system. But what does that make Long Walker think of?
I think he's had some time to make peace with, over the years. He's been a juicer for a few years. He's had some time to make peace with it. And that's sort of why he's been sort of like focused on the small things. He watches the sunrise or the little things, because really that's all he's got left. Yeah. So he focuses on that. His death is inevitable. There's nothing he can do about it at this point. So he enjoys what he can from life. So that's just, like the small things. He sips on his coffee. Like whatever, if he, sees a pristine lake or something, just whatever, like small stuff.
Yeah. Is that likely to shift once he is free of the drug haze?
I don't know. I think possibly, but I think he's so combat trained and stuff. He would be in combat. He would be on mission. His mind wouldn't wander in the middle of combat.
Okay.
He's too much of a soldier to sort of.
Well, he's a Johnny-come-lately soldier. He's really only a soldier by virtue of how his physical abilities are, right? It's one of the things with the juicers that anybody can become a juicer. You get jacked up on chemicals, and of course you're going to be a better combatant than what other people will.
Yeah, but he does have some skill training, and he's probably been as a mercenary or a combatant for a couple of years now.
Well, again, but that would only be in connection with the juicer, right?
Right.
He became that as a result of his village being wiped out by demons.
Right, and I'm going to say, his own family was wiped out, so he will be joining him. It's inevitable. He bought himself. He made that pact when he suited up as a juicer in turn for vengeance. So
in almost like an unnervingly still thing, Long Walker's go in his little espresso cup, sipping, staring at the fire. What about Lady Serena?
I think you see Lady Serena. She's got I can't remember the doctor's name, the scientist.
Alicia Verga.
Alicia, she's got that picture of Alicia that she printed out, and she's looking at it and maybe sort of like sitting on like a rickety old chair of some porch of one of these houses, and just like imagining if the world was different and back to the time that it was before, and the life they could have had together that both of them really wanted, but just never could come to be because of circumstances.
So that evening otherwise passes, guys, uneventfully. So morning comes. I don't remember who was in charge of food.
Oh, I will be in charge of food.
Okay. Who's in charge of water? I think Jeff. How about we put George? You're on water detail, and Jeff, you're on fuel detail. Now you don't need. You did travel yesterday for a bit, so why don't you guys each roll? Remember, roll the dice of the resource plus a d6.
Right. I'm on water, so slash.
Let's see how the.
I think I was on water.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, you're on fuel, Jeff.
Oh, sorry, fuel.
Okay. Yep. So long you're fine. Uh-oh.
I think I was on water. Not
yeah. Oh, gosh.
How fast can we push a hovercraft?
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Now here's the thing. This is another thing I screwed up before. Just like other traits, you can spend your bennies on this.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jeff, that is a fail, which would mean that the fuel would go down to nothing. Do you want to spend a benny?
Oh, I thought you had to roll a 1 for it to go down.
No. If you roll a 1 on each, that's something I screwed up. If you roll a 1 on each of them, that's a critical fail. It goes down by 1d4 plus 1 dice types.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
No, I would not describe it that
It's
way.
awesome.
I think What do you think, Jeff? I think we probably should do it, right?
Yeah, well, if we're out of fuel, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So. Or we could do a new adventure where we just sit around in town.
Dream of the life that could have been.
Yeah.
Right. We rebuild the place.
It crudely makes like a broom with a face on it. Hello!
Exactly.
Okay, great. So you're down 1 Benny, but that is a success. Okay, so you do not expend... you didn't go down any fuel or food or water yesterday, guys. Good stuff. Right. All right, then. What are you guys doing today? So each bit of travel is going to be a 6-hour increment, but you could spend... your choice, remember, is you could spend an extra 6 hours traveling on top of that initial 6 hours, or you could spend 6 hours doing repairs and then make out with your attempt to travel. What are you thinking?
I think the repairs would be a good idea right now.
Okay. So, Brandon, you are the resident gearhead here. Let's see. Now, unfortunately, because of the initial damage to the thing, you are actually taking a -4 to this. I don't think you... Did you repair it at all last time?
I don't think so. I mean, I had no skill in repair to begin with, so...
All right, so then,
I don't remember actually repairing it, yeah.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and give us a repair...
All right, at -4.
At -4, yeah.
Here we go.
You see the success.
Okay, so that's not a success.
You want to spend any...
I'm going to spend a Benny, I think.
Okay, to re-roll it, and then maybe...
Yeah, and then I might have to do a conviction, but we'll see what happens. So here we go.
Good feeling. Come on,
explode.
explode.
Is it -4 for the number of wounds?
Explode. Yeah, because it's really fucked up.
Oh, okay.
Serena really drove it into a stump.
Oh my god. I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Yeah, it's going the wrong direction. All right.
Yeah. So do I make it worse, or I just don't make it?
No, it's
better?
not. You didn't get a critical fail. If you rolled 2 ones, then but no, it's just like, god damn it. Would you give us a roll for your spare parts? So 1d6, 1d8.
Yeah.
Assuming you've been chewed up in this effort.
All right. Spare parts. So 1d8. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
No, you're good already. Okay. So then, unfortunately, after 6 hours of work, Brandon pulled out a whole part of the engine, reworked it, put it back in. It's still as fucked as what it was from before. He could spend another 6 hours trying to repair further, or you guys can set out. And unfortunately, Serena's going to be taking a -4 to the piloting check.
Man, I feel, Lady Serena, what do you think? I'm concerned that I'm putting you in a bad position to pilot the hog if I haven't repaired it.
Right. Well, why don't we take the extra time to repair? If we drive it in this injured state, I'm certainly just going to crash it again. Take the time you need, Brandon.
That's a promise.
Do not worry, I got it covered.
Yeah.
So I will. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I think that the fantasy of staying here is sort of washed over Lady Serena for a moment anyway.
Yeah. That's cool.
Okay.
Get that.
All right. So then another 6 hours for Brandon. Why don't you give us another repair at -4?
I'm gonna really try it this time.
Good. Really focus on rolling now.
Oh my god!
Oh fuck!
Critical failure. 2 ones. Which you can't undo. That's it.
No, it's...
Can you use that? Oh, shoot. You can't even... Could you use conviction to...
No.
That's what it is.
That means the hog, until you find some kind of other parts, it is not functioning. It's not moving. So, what
you know what? It's because it's getting back to me for not doing the voice. I'm sorry, everybody. I should have been using the technology correctly.
Roll20 does give a role-playing bonus.
That's right.
Then, why don't you give us another D8 and a D6 roll? Let's see if how the repair or the...
Man.
You're good. Yeah, you're good. Okay, so...
Could I
Longwalker and Lady Serena, what were you guys doing in the interim?
I wonder if I could, like, increase our... Like, we searched the town, but I wonder if I could increase that search pattern. Maybe there's some outlying buildings or something like that. I'm pretty wildernessy and stealthy, and
okay,
it would give me something to do, take my mind off things, and I don't know, yeah.
Sure.
As opposed to just sit.
So why don't you, Longwalker, give us a survival check, please.
All right.
No modifiers. Nice.
Nice.
Okay. So it's you got a raise on that. So you unfortunately don't... You know what? With a raise, I'll let you come across an outlying community. So this is going to be someone's like little, you know, hovel or whatever that they've set up, the survival bunker equivalent of like the guy who lives outside of town. It's just not a big place. It'll take you 1d6 hours to look over this thing.
All right. And if I believe correctly, we had radios, right? We all got little radios?
You did, yes.
Yeah,
so I will... Were provided to us by the very helpful donors.
Generous donors, yeah.
Yes.
So I will make use of said radio to let the other two know what I found.
Okay.
And then I'm going to check it out.
Okay.
So why don't
you give us a d6 roll first here, Brent? Let's see how long it takes you.
And if they're not busy, they're welcome to join me. If they're doing their thing, that's cool.
I'm busy fucking up the hog, Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This is, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's good. So 5 hours to look the whole place over, Brent, and then why don't you give us a notice check? No modifiers. Oh, you know, I'll give you +2 to the modifier. I said this was a community. So let's see here. Notice at +2. Okay. Unfortunately, really all you find, Brent, is another... Give us a 2d6 times 10. No, sorry, times 100. That's how many credits worth of kind of random loot you find, but nothing further. So you got 200 credits worth of, like, knickknacks and stuff that would be of value that you could sell. Lady Serena, what are you doing during this time? Are you just keeping watch for Brandon?
Yeah, I mean, she's been covering Brandon, but she's also been seeing how he's struggling to fix this vehicle. And as much as sort of the positive visions started the day, sort of the way the repair's going is just starting to feel like how the mission is going. And I think by the end of it, she looks at Brandon and she says, "Don't worry. We're just going to drive it until it dies, and we'll head out on foot afterwards."
Brandon's like,
I think
about that.
I may have killed it already.
Yeah.
Then we will head out on foot at first light tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
I thought I had figured this out. I spent the last 2 days trying to understand how this hog worked.
It's not your fault. Lord Coke should have sent us with more...
Should have sent us a stump-proof vehicle. Come on.
This is a dimensional game. Where's the astromechs that fell through?
All right. So the Longwalker comes back, having searched an outlying structure. What you likely find, and because this is kind of a post-apocalyptic setting as well, too. This is sort of... I did get one other great... I found a great image, and it didn't quite fit in the adventure, but let me show you what it is, because I sort of picture this maybe being what you're looking through here. Let's also spare a thought for Kevin MacLeod and this incredible atmospheric music.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not hearing music. What is happening?
Oh, it's probably in your settings.
Yeah, it's weird. I got my.
We had that issue on the game this morning. Some people could hear it, some people couldn't.
I
Did you turn it down maybe to?
No, I've had this problem also in the game that I run.
Okay.
Where people can hear it. I'm just gonna reconnect.
Okay.
Quick, if that fixes
this
it.
is sort of maybe Brent what you were picking over.
Nice.
Hmm.
Oh, that's super cool image.
Yeah, neat.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll be back in 2 seconds because I'm
Okay.
gonna. Okay. There we go. Now I hear it. Okay, awesome.
Excellent.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a neat. You just turned it off because of that irritating, electronica stuff we had during the fight.
No, they're all good.
Yeah, I agree. He's a super talented dude. All right, so David, that's sort of what you would have stumbled across. I pictured just because like so much of the landscape would have been completely grown over in the interim as well too. So like that's sort of where you found your supplies. All right, then, guys, for tomorrow, what are you planning on doing?
Longwalker will ask Brendan if he would take a shot at trying to make his rifle work.
That'll take 6 hours as well, Brent.
Oh, okay.
I actually realized what I should have done yesterday, which I get to attempt to do today, if you think it makes sense, is I could actually make myself better at repair with some magic.
No, but it doesn't last though. Remember?
Oh, it's 6 hours, right?
Yeah.
This is just short duration. Yeah. Yep.
20 power.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So no, good. I didn't screw up.
No,
Okay,
not at all.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, is it now at a -8? You have to try to fix it because I fucked it up.
Now it's fucked. You need to have. You can't use repair. You need to have something. There needs to be some kind of new thing introduced in order to like a new engine or something like that. The spare parts are not going to be sufficient to. I think this is you actually genuinely broke something, rather than being like, I just can't fix it. It's that you like pushing the wrench a little harder than it should, and then something cracks, and you're like, oh fuck.
Totally.
Yeah. All right. So then, guys.
I know. Sorry, Darwin stopping by for a second.
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing, though. He came in with a Lego car. He brought a Lego car to me, right? And it was broken. Yeah.
He knew.
And I fixed it, right? Yeah. But I can't fix this car.
Role playing.
Exactly. So literally, that's all. He came in, asked me to fix that car, and he left. I'm like, you have no idea what's going on in this game. I can't fix anything.
We already know Darwin is always active behind the scenes, playing to the, he's doing ADR. He's
gonna do every job on set.
Yep.
So I walk over to Long Walker, and I'm not gonna do the voice the whole time, and just ask, knowing that you just went out and kind of circumnavigated this town, did you see any signs of other civilizations that we could potentially go to find some parts I could use to try to fix the hog?
No, I didn't go extremely far, just sort of what I could circle in a couple hours, and I found one outlying dwelling, probably someone connected to this community who just didn't live in town proper.
I see.
So, unfortunately, I looked... but all my search brought up was just some trinkets we can probably sell, but nothing that would be of assistance to us right now.
So you guys are not quite a third of the way to the Dark Woods at this point. What this will do is substantially, you'll be traveling, instead of 21 miles per 6 hours, you'll be going 12 on foot.
Okay. Well, we don't have to... I mean, the other problem we have is fuel. So even if we got it fixed, who knows how much fuel we'd have. So the question is, do we want to just abandon the hog at this point? Lady Serena, I leave this up to you.
Can we do anything? Let's disguise it here in the town somehow, if we can. Cover it in rubble, cover it in branches, make it look like...
Kev, with the engine, can we still like turn it on hover so we can push it somewhere, or is it like stuck?
No, it's broken.
Okay.
Fortunately, the
I can make it look unusable.
It's waving a hammer. No problem.
Yeah.
Super easy.
Done.
I can't remember. Does Brandon have telekinesis as a power?
No, unfortunately, no.
Okay. So,
I have like detect magic and stuff like that, ley line related things, but nothing like that.
Okay. I mean, you guys could easily. We described it as being parked underneath a like kind of a fuel station. I think that depending, it's really tough, so you don't really need to worry about ruining it or whatnot. But if you'd like knocked out, if you can, I'm picturing it being like a gas station where it's going to have a couple struts that will support a roof, but the roof's not going to be super sturdy either. If you took out the struts and it went down, that may sufficiently cover this thing. Yeah. If it was up and running, you could easily drive right through that rubble and have no issues, but it would conceal it.
Yeah.
I think
that sounds a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, here's an upside. Because you don't have any vehicle anymore, you don't need to worry about transporting fuel or spare parts. So,
true.
Yeah.
Upside. I think with the ammo, what I'll do is I think we'll drop it by 1 dice because to reflect that you're not going to be able to, everything you could carry in your vehicle, you're not going to be able to carry with you.
Right.
But when you get back, you will be able to bump up your ammo dice automatically by the supplies that are here.
Okay.
That makes sense?
I do remember we got like a missile launcher and stuff. Is that connected to the vehicle or?
No. That's separate.
Okay.
And your things like your grenades and such that you used already, that stuff's gone. So, yeah, that's not counted. The ammo is only for your regular. Oh, thanks, Brandon. Thanks, George. I was just doing that. It's almost like we've played games together for.
It's true.
So then, so the spare parts are here. The ammo is down, but you can refresh it here. The fuel is here. I won't reduce the water or the food. Or will I? What do you guys think? Do you think that would make sense that you're only able to take some of the stuff with you?
I mean, that would make sense to me. I mean, we're obviously transporting weeks worth of food and water. That's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's reduce your food and your water by 1 dice each as well.
Okay.
I think it all depends. I mean, my answer would be it all depends on how much days worth that really is, those numbers. I really don't know the abstraction of it. Yeah,
you can't really interrogate it too much into, like, a D6 is supposed to be about 2 weeks worth of supplies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is kind of abstracted. So, yeah, you wouldn't be able to carry a D10 worth of food.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you guys will be able to get yourselves pretty sorted. And then you guys can head out the next day. So one of the upsides is...
Sorry, one question. What did you want to do with the grenades? When we started out, you said not to worry about ammo. So I think I fired 4 of them last time.
And that's what I just said, is your grenades don't count towards that. Your grenades are gone.
Okay.
Yeah, grenades are gone.
I'm right out. Okay.
If you've used them all, they are gone. Yeah, it's the ammo that will be counted by the ammo thing will just be the ammo for your weaponry, your other weaponry.
Okay. So would we have reloads for our Eclipse as well?
Yep. All those you can count them as full again.
Okay.
So then. Serena's replaced the gun. Longwalker, your gun's still malfunctioning, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah. I could attempt to repair it. I just need, it's going to take me time.
I could borrow the... there's that there's a pulse laser rifle. It doesn't have a grenade launcher, but if I'm out of grenades...
Yeah, I mean, we got the Wilkes laser rifle and the Wilkes pulse rifle, so... that we scavenged.
Yeah. I could... does anyone mind if I take the pulse, or...
Nope.
Does anyone else want it?
No.
No.
I mean, it's roughly the same of mine, minus I don't have a -1 penalty right now.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine with me. It's on page 101 if you need it.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. So then, you guys are heading out for your day of travel. So the navigator, I need... Brent, would you kind of give us a survival check? And as a refresher, too, you got lost during that ley line storm, so you're off course right now.
Okay. Oh, right. Everything's going so well.
All awesome. Life is tough in the post-apocalypse.
Right.
Nice. Good stuff. All right, so you didn't get a raise, so the lookout and the scout will not get +1. Now, next thing we need is someone who's going to have to make a notice check, but because you don't have someone making a pilot check anymore, one of you guys can also make a stealth check to reconnoiter the path ahead of the party. Now, you can't, only Longwalker cannot do that because he's the navigator. But do either Brandon or Serena, you guys want to be the scout?
I'll tell you that I'm better at notice than stealth, but I'm happy to do whatever you want us to do, Lady Serena.
Okay, sure. You can notice. My stealth and notice are the same. So
okay.
Cool.
So then, for the lookout, Brandon, go ahead.
Yeah. Here we go.
Good stuff. You cannot be ambushed
Great.
by a random encounter. And Lady Serena, give us a stealth check.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
What is with this game? It just wants us to die in woods.
This is, unfortunately, I think, because we just played with Brent, like, Jeff and Brent and I have played together for years and years and years. I think only by virtue of how terrible Brent's luck is with dice rolls, we've never really noticed just how bad your dice rolls are too, Jeff.
Oh, my goodness.
Holy smokes. Okay, so... fantastic. You know what, Jeff, you've given me... Here's the upside. You've made me such a happy guy because I get to roll at a table now.
Oh, man.
Oh, this is so good. Here's the
Everyone
tables.
with rolls.
The tables I'm rolling on, Jeff, are trouble if things weren't bad enough and the plot thickens.
Yeah, of course.
That's great.
Oh, my goodness.
This is such a fun game.
It's a really... this really is the game. I should have just renamed the title, you know, a bunch of guys going on the road and getting completely fucked.
Right.
Oh, man. Okay, so then, let's see here. I will point out as well for those listening at home, like these are all optional rules. We just happen to really enjoy this kind of, you know, emergent play from our kinds of games. So this is not, you don't have to take part in this stuff. If you are more of a, you know, destination than journey type group, you can completely run that type of game as well too. I wish I had someone recently comment about like, Jesus, you guys keep getting random encounters. When are you going to get to the thing? And I'm like,
that is it.
80% of the game is this, man. Okay, so let's see here. So, Jeffrey, since you are the one who rolled that, would you give me a D20 roll? Would George give me a D10 roll and Brent a D8 roll? So D20 from Jeff, D10 from George, and a D8 from Brent. All right. Oof. Okay, let's see here.
Is this one of the things we don't make it to the destination by the end of the session?
Oh no, this is getting like 102 sessions into this game. You guys are finally going to get to the Darkwoods.
I actually took notes this time.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the thing with, especially with a game like this too, like because you know, it's these little like random things coming up are so pleasurable that it's just like, I don't care if we do.
Especially in a game like this, in a setting like this, where like literally anything can happen.
Yeah.
You can encounter anything.
Totally.
It's great.
Jeffrey, would you give me one more D20 roll, please?
Gladly.
It went from good to even more good.
Of course it did.
For whom?
Jesus Christ. And one more D20 roll, please. It's just a, like, Matryoshka doll table. Oh, Dinah. Now, let's see here. George.
Yep.
Oh, and Longwalker. And then I need, let's see here, Longwalker, give me one more D8 roll, please. Okay, excellent. Okay, so let's see here. You're not surprised because of Brandon's keen watch. All right. And these tables, I should say as well, too, like, these aren't intended to be like, I think that you're intended to roll these ahead of time. It's not like random encounter table, but boy, are these...
Are they from the main book, Kev? Or
yeah,
are they
these
from
are from the Game Master's Handbook. Like, the results from the Tomorrow Legion Field Guide refer back to the encounter tables.
Yeah,
the adventure tables in it are super great. Huh. Really interesting stuff. And very, very story-focused as well.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, you'll see, wait till you see what happens.
Well, I retract that statement.
I revised. This is bullshit now. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to roll with... Oh, boy. My steel dice. Okay.
This is the story about how 3 hapless adventurers wrecked a vehicle, got totally lost, and killed.
Yeah, at the end.
The end.
All right. So I think what's happening is we see partway. Let's move us to a different screen here, and we won't need the hog anymore. And this is the kind of thing that I think is just like where I think this would be such a fun game to play on an ongoing basis, because you just like the thing's broken down. You're like, I guess we just don't have a vehicle for now. Everyone remember where we parked and head off into...
Yeah, right, eh? Like, as if you're ever making it back to that dank town.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a Walking Dead kind of situation.
Totally. And it's great because it gives... it's a... I like the gamifying of the post-apocalyptic survival stuff better in this than I do in Hell on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And although the rules for Hell on Earth with a companion are really quite good as well. There's lots of great... If you like random encounter tables and shit like that, Savage Worlds is really good for that stuff. Lots of like random mission tables you can roll. All right, so I don't have an illustration for this yet, but let me quickly see if I can luck out in an image search here. No results. Damn. Oh, I'm looking for tokens. Hold on. Everything. Try it again. No results. Fantastic.
They don't have bunnies? You think they have bunnies?
You really want to see what bunnies would be like in Rifts?
Actually, no, I do not.
All right, so let's see here. Hoopa Juba, I got a lot of these in here. Okay. Yeah, that'll do. Let's see if I can get this. GM Slayer. Come on. Work with me. Images. There we go. That'll work. Okay, so what happens is you guys are moving along. Lady Serena comes back. You've been keeping an eye out. Long Walker, you're trying to get yourself back on the correct route to start heading back. There is a copse of trees. Traveling over land, like one of the neat things they really reinforce with it is that like traveling over land in post-apocalyptic rifts is like going through, virgin wilderness full of dangerous shit all the time. It's not because of the influence of magic. It's helped things regrow. This is not blasted wasteland, although those can exist as well. This is stuff that has like fully, fueled by the magic on Rift's Earth, has helped to regrow everything as well. So you guys are making your way along, and Brandon, I think, tell me a little bit about what you do to keep a lookout as you guys are going along.
I think it's a combination of using my, natural senses, but also my kind of innate ability to detect things that cause disturbances in the weave that is magic. So I'm, constantly swiveling my head and like checking in every direction because I'm worried about it behind us just as much as ahead of us. But I don't have a gun at the ready. Like I don't want to be distracted by anything because I want to really focus. And because we're traveling over land now and it's like this rugged terrain that we're looking at, like I have to be a little bit distracted by like keeping my, sure feet. Yep. So I'm just trying to, look for any signs of movement or anything that looks out of the ordinary while at the same time maintaining that connection to the kind of magical substrate of the planet, basically.
Okay. Why don't you give us a give us a spellcasting, a notice check at +2.
Okay.
Okay. Nice, with a raise.
Yeah.
So you guys are making your way along, and you're again doing exactly as you say, and you get to one point as you're passing through this woods, you can hear the creaking of these bare trees. I think that you've come across this sort of ruined, an abandoned cottage, and it's a little more, I'm picturing the terrain is a little more like Kentucky Hills kind of stuff, so it's a little more mountainous and didn't we have one really good illustration of this that we were using? Maybe I haven't used it yet. Because there was actually, for one, that whole region, like where it takes place there, it's gorgeous. Holy smokes! We're looking for references for Kentucky and I think it's Nebraska. Beautiful countryside there. But and almost no skellybots.
Very, very rare.
Yeah,
very rare. Yeah,
there's only a few of them. Yeah.
I've been to Kentucky. It's super nice. It's really, like you said, very beautiful. You can do whitewater rafting and then find some fun stuff to do at night. It's a nice place to visit.
Nice. I've been to North Carolina and I really liked it. But I have not been. I mean, I know it's not the same thing. I have a pony.
No, I mean, no, they're in the same, vicinity. A little bit more temperate.
Oh, here we go, guys.
You know what, Brent? I've been thinking. Long Walker will give the new gun back to you, Brendan. Mine's old one's got a scope, so if I aim, it nullifies the broken penalty.
Right.
But a laser rifle in Rifts, lasers don't have recoils, so even with a low skill, you could go full auto on it and have a shot at hitting something with it.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'll just keep it strapped onto my back.
So you guys are moving through this kind of, like late day, hazy kind of material. When Brandon, you first, something feels off, like there's something strange. And then you hear sort of something is moving off to your right and something is also moving off to your left.
So I hold up the traditional sign of halt.
Yeah. And Lady Serena, you've gone through here as well too. But then what you hear is a deep and bellowing inhuman voice say, Brandon Cryos! Brandon Cryos! Surrender to us, or we will kill you all. And you can now, you guys all hear this voice. Longwalker and Lady Serena, why don't you give us a notice check, please? Yeah, you're two out of it, I guess. Oh,
Whoa!
Lady Serena, your eyes snap over to one direction. You hear something over there, and you can see footprints that are about 1.5 times the size of what a human should be, barefoot, of something sort of like shifting its stance in a tree, maybe about, like, say, 20 yards off from you. You can't see the thing, but you can see as it shifts its stance, you can see that footprint moving a little further, and you think you see maybe like a single leaf falls down and kind of hits something that cannot be seen and falls down off of it, and that's got to be about 9 feet tall. Brandon.
Yeah.
You think you recognize this name or this voice?
I thought I might.
This is a demon, or a breed of demon, not uncommon as agents of the Federation.
Oh.
There is a type of they definitely have intelligence, and they make effective use of their magical gifts and of high technology. They are called Broadkill. And this is what, when you can see them, a Broadkill looks like. Let me remember closer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's horrifying.
Yep. They're also 9 feet tall and cannibalistic.
Oh my
awesome.
Lord.
Much fun.
Even better, Noon, they have the ability to turn themselves invisible.
Yeah.
And this particular Broadkill is, you recognize the voice as he speaks the kind of, whatever the passable tongue is here. His name, well, how about, what do you think his name is?
Darkrix.
Darkrix, and you did something to royally fuck him over. Maybe destroyed an eye. You maybe left him to blame for something. The Broadkill are commonly used as trackers, as scouts, and as bounty hunters by the Federation of Magic.
I think maybe he had captured some bounty, and I thought that person didn't deserve it, and I freed that person, which got him in huge trouble.
Yeah. See that cybernetic eye?
Yeah.
You are the one to blame for that.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So,
no, not cool.
So you recognize this voice. Now, Longwalker, so Lady Serena, you see precisely where this thing is. I think you're going to need a raise to know what this thing is. They're fairly common in North America, so there's a chance that you'd know this. But give us a common knowledge check, Lady Serena. Longwalker, you're doped to the gills right now, so...
But I've heard the voice, or just not?
You definitely heard the voice, but you have no idea where they are. You have no idea where the voice is coming from. Lady Serena got 3 raises on her notice check, so that's why she's getting a chance. So you know there's something invisible there. You know it's quite big, but you don't know what it is.
Oh, it's invisible.
Yeah, it's invisible. Goodness. You can't see. You can see the foot, you can see the footprint, and then you saw it shift. So you know something was there. Okay, so
who are you?
Not your concern. What do we call you? Stinkflesh. Brandon, surrender.
I look back to my 2 companions, for a moment.
You are outnumbered by a significant margin. Surrender now, and we'll eat you fast.
Would you let's see here. Give me a notice check, please.
Okay.
One thing about Darkrix, he's a terrible fucking liar. Yeah, no.
I got a 7.
There's no way. You know who may have sent him. He would not be smart enough to be able to figure out where you are and track you down. He's a bounty hunter.
Right.
There's no way that someone would let him bring you in damaged. Because there is someone else we haven't talked about in the Federation of Magic who would want to do much more horrible things to you. Traitor.
Right. Right.
Okay. So, Longwalker, that's the answer you get, and it seems like Brandon seems to know who this person is. And Lady Serena, you know what's, where something is. And what you spotted, Lady Serena, that is not where the voice is coming from.
I don't like where the conversation is going. I'm going to flip the chemical switch.
Okay. All right.
I think you are mistaken. You cannot harm me. You will lose another eye if you do.
Not harm you, maybe. Your friends, though, also.
And he says something in a language you guys don't understand.
I see.
A bunch of these things appear surrounding you guys. These things some are armed with high-tech weaponry. Some, they're all carrying oversized rifles. And then there is, of course, the little red dot. That will be Darkrix. And he has, cybernetic enhancements in him. And you can see they're all sort of like pointing the guns at you guys.
Surrender. Surrender or die.
And do I know about them that they are like completely they're not corruptible. Like they follow orders, whatever orders they're given by their superiors.
That's absolutely true. They are also stunningly dumb.
Okay, that's good to know.
So there is that as well. Guys, why don't we take our mid-session break?
Good. You think what to do.
I know how long combat is.
Let you stew.
First.
We better not be going into combat. We're going to be... Well, we'll see what happens.
Okay. All right, so then for those listening at home, we'll be back momentarily.
I bet I'm faster than a broad kilt.
Okay. Check in the chat. Hello, everybody. Answer, what's going on? Sounds like the sand people when he talks to you. Very true. Skellybots is kind of cool. I agree. I 100% agree. Brian, what's going on? Spirits and high in battle. Hey, Chrome Dragon, what's going on? Such a cool game. Totally agree. Can Lady Serena parry lasers with her sword? I don't think so, actually. Because of the way that... although she could potentially get a psychic power called... I think it's called Reflection Deflection, which would effectively, be that kind of thing. Let's see here. Yeah, not that level of Force Mastery yet. Yeah, totally. It's a fun blend. I totally agree, Insert. It's just fun, like it is such a nifty, a unique blend of so many different ideas and fun, just all the character classes, and not for nothing when they created the game before, because of the way Palladium, the Palladium system works, you have occupational character classes, and the OCCs are kind of like classes in other games which define a lot of what you can do. And in Rifts, it was each OCC or RCC, a racial character class, was a very specific type of here's a fucking awesome thing, or here's an awesome thing. So as a kid, I used to adore the game just because the character concepts you could play were so bonkers. Okay. Now, one thing I'll mention, guys, is that Savage Worlds has a pretty terrific set of rules for chases. I mention this only because every fight does not necessarily have to be a fight, nor based on my review of the random encounters that are here, is every fight something you can necessarily win.
Oh, I'm not fighting.
There seems to be a few giants around us.
Yes. Broadkill.
More than a few.
So, guys, what are we thinking here? Darkrix has demanded your surrender.
I think we need to run. And my plan is to give us a little bit of a head start, just for a quick burst of speed with some magic for all of us.
Okay.
What if we could? Maybe we can try and offer the. While you're doing that, I'll try and offer him our hovercraft.
I don't think I can't convey to you, but I don't think this, because it's happening so quickly. But I'm pretty sure there's not. My mind is there's nothing we can do other than run.
Oh yeah, no, I am buying us time. I'm going to see if it's a long shot, but
it makes sense that long shot is a little dopey, but you could make up anything you want in theory. They don't know, right?
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of tasty children back at us. I'm happy to take you there.
That might work.
Yeah, they are catastrophically dumb. So here's what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to take advantage of if you guys are going to boogie out of here, we're going to use the rules for quick encounters. Rather than do a proper chase, because we could do that, but this is a side thing, and if you're able to get away from these guys without fighting them, we can use these. That's what the quick encounters do, is they give you a way of gamifying these kind of transitional scenes and give consequences to them beyond just binary success fail kind of stuff. So,
cool.
Quick encounter is typically a single die roll followed by some narration between the GM and the players. So what you guys will want to do is select a skill roll to make use of that's going to kind of reflect what you guys are doing to get around. It's if Long Walker's going to start spraying fire all over the place, then maybe it'll be shooting. If Lady Serena's going to use one of her psychic abilities or use her Psy Blade or something like that to cut down trees and such, that would be fighting.
Yeah.
Right? Brandon, if you're using your crazy magics and stuff, it's probably spell casting. Or if you're using your fantastic skill with origami, that would be your water buffalo.
That usually is my go-to, but in this situation...
All right. And those are just, those are the ones that to me were the most obvious. If you guys got something cool to describe, go right ahead. What are you thinking?
Can we try different thing? Oh, yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Well, no, right. We have to choose one tactic.
Right,
is that
one
right,
thing.
Kevin?
For
We make
each of
a
you
roll.
guys. Each of you guys
Oh,
is
each
going to
of
make a
us.
roll.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll interpret from that.
So
Okay.
is our plan to book it still?
I'm going to use some magic to make us all fleet of foot so we can run fast.
Yeah. Like, difficulty-wise, with where these things have you and the drop they've got on you, if you did get into a firefight, there's a good chance at least Brandon would die. Brandon's the least combat capable of all of you guys. Longwalker, maybe you'll survive, but that's a whole lot of, cybernetically enhanced 9-foot invisible demons.
Yeah, I'm not good at fighting invisible people. They're hard to shoot at.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Or you just lie. Zap! Well, I got one. You can't see it, but...
And I should probably, Longwalker, have an idea of what this magic quickness spell. I'm sure it's, it's been cast on...
I cast it on you, I think.
Guys,
Yeah.
one of the key things is quick encounter.
Yeah, let's do it.
So what are we doing?
Yeah.
What
Casting.
Okay, so what do we see? Why don't you, let's make your roll and then we'll interpret it. How about?
Sounds good. Okay, here we go. So I'll figure out the PowerPoints afterwards. But I can do it on everybody. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So here we go. Sorry about the crying. Shit. I'm gonna.
I wouldn't want to see that many demons either. So
I understand. It's understandable. It's just, I am going to spend a Benny.
Okay.
To re-roll that because I know I can do better.
Yeah, I have full
faith.
Here we go.
17. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so what is it? What do we see as? And again, you can fill up narration with whatever you want. What do you think?
Yeah, so I spread my hands out so I can basically they're kind of generally pointing at Longwalker and Lady Serena.
Yep.
And bluish energy crackles in my eyes and then down my arms and out my fingertips and zaps into them, and they just feel completely energized. And we all sort of like take off like prequel Jedi.
Yeah.
Unfortunate reference.
So we see from really far away, so we can't see how bad the CG is.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
All right, so that is a success for Brandon. Longwalker, what are you doing? What did we see in this scene that you're contributing to the escape?
Okay.
Because right now, what I think happens, as soon as you guys start running, there's just like the trees are exploding. There's flashes of light around you guys. You can feel the heat of the lasers going by. As the pulse things are firing at you, what do you do?
As I run away, I'll use my ion pistol. I'm just doing covering fire. I'm just blindly shooting back to knock them off their game, so we're not just straight targets.
Okay, go ahead. Make a shooting, I guess, check, please.
All right. There are specific rules, but I don't know if they matter for that.
No. It doesn't. For the purpose of the quick encounters, it's a sub game. So, all right. So you got a success as well too.
And it's +2 because it's a shotgun.
Well, no, because again, Brent, like.
Oh yeah, we'd be far away.
The quick encounters are completely different from the other rules. We're not going into minutia of stuff. This is just a strictly you pick a skill, you roll it, and then we interpret kind of what happens in the fiction.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So yeah, you're turning around and blazing away with your pulse thing. It's exploding behind you. You hear the roar of one or two of these demons as you tag one of them in the side. Yeah. It looks up and it starts healing on its own. Lady Serena, what are you doing?
Yeah, sorry to just take your idea, but I think it's brilliant. I think that she pulls out her psi sword.
For those listening at home, you want to have a surefire way of getting a Benny? Tell the DM they're brilliant.
And she actually, it's not going to affect this roll, of course, because it's not combat, but she actually has frenzy as an edge. And so it's like, I won't use the extra dice because we're just like abstracting this, but she's just basically a blur with the blade as they are running, and she is just taking down way more trees than you think that one woman would fell as she's running away.
It's full on anime stuff. You jump up, basically, you see lines behind you.
Yeah, she's like, kicking off one tree and flying across to a huge one and just like knocking it down.
Yep. We see a tree go down. One of the broadkill is running, and then boom, and is hit and knocked to the ground.
Now let's see how well it actually helps.
Okay. Oh,
wow.
Just barely. All right. So what this means, guys, is that because you guys all made your successes, you get maybe like there's close grazes. You guys get knocked into something maybe, but it is only. Let's see here. Oh, what I need then is an athletics roll, please. Did anyone get a raise on their roll, though? Oh, Brandon, you did, right?
I did. I got 3 raises.
You come out of this completely unscathed. So I just need Longwalker and Lady Serena to give us a athletics check, please. As you're racing and tumbling through here. Fuck yeah, Lady Serena.
Nice.
You know what? I'm going to use a Benny on that. It does not look cool for the super fast guy to
you got a success, though.
Oh yeah, my wild die did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's excellent. So what that means is that you guys, it's a little like it's exhausting to run along here, but how do you guys think you escape these things? What do we see in the fiction that represents you guys getting free and clear of these broadkill bounty hunters?
We're just way faster than, and they maybe surprise them a bit with our speed and the trees going down and a bit of gunfire point blank at them, and then we just like
sure
inhumanly fast.
The three of you come racing along. There's a big crevasse in the forest where like it's been flooded away, and you all three of you leap across there. George, you were going to say?
Yeah, and I think at some point we double back, to just throw them off, and like now they're running into each other, going like, do you see them? I thought I saw them the other way.
And like all demons, they eventually just take their loss as if it's not, they're like, they're not important anyway. Sort of give up on us, right?
They're
not worth it.
Darkrix grabs one of the other demons and he's like, "You'll find him!" Ah! And we cut away as you guys are making your way back onto a road, and then you start kind of hustling down, trying to get away. We cut to you guys making camp that evening. You have successfully made another... So actually, hold on. That's only 6 hours of travel. And that's all you can do.
I'm flying!
So, you guys are sitting around getting... meals are being made. Lady Serena, your ISP would be back up to full.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. And I think, Brandon, your PPE can go up to full as well, too. You would have had time to... Cool. Camp. It does seem that you're back on the right track again. So that is, that's at least you're making some progress back towards your intended destination. You still, now that you're back on track, realize it's a third. You're about a third of the way towards the Dark Woods right now. So, with the next... Oh, Anna says hi. Anna says hi with one of her small balls in her mouth, because... It makes that weird hollow sound. Weirdo. Yeah, I know. Okay, so then what I need is a roll for food and for water, please.
All right, so I'm still on water.
And I can turn off this tight song.
So food is D8 now, I believe.
You're rolling food there, right, Gobbler?
Yep.
Here's where we're at to start with.
Okay.
So I'm doing water, which is a D6.
Okay, so 2d6. You're good. And you're good. All right. So you guys have your meals and plenty of stuff.
I think I have to roll again. I think you were going to make me roll twice, right?
Oh, yes, we are. Yeah. So give us a
all right.
D8. No, you're good.
and Long Walker super he's happy. He's like, as he's stuffing his face, he's like, that was really cool. I've never moved so fast before.
Long Walker puts down his backpack and you see it open up and it's just fucking full of trail mix.
Well, and speed-wise, right? I took that feat that jumped, so I was moving at a pace of 40. I was
oh my god.
vehicle fast.
All right. Then, the next day, guys, let's see if this goes a little better.
I mean, so far so good.
Before we move on, how much do you think that Longwalker and Lady Serena know about Brandon's backstory? How much has Brandon shared with them, I guess, as well?
He's not trying to keep secrets per se, but he hasn't gone into it too much because he just doesn't want to re-experience these things. But I think at this point, what he tells them, this is a part of the story that he never talked about, which was, this sort of tiny acts of defiance after he realized the Federation of Magic was not what he expected them to be. He thought they were this group of, people who were trying to do the right thing, and it turned out that that was not the case. But he felt a little bit guilty, like there's a little bit of betrayal still, because he sort of aligned himself with them, and then he turned his back on them, and there probably were some good people among them, just like Brandon was when he joined. So he's just sort of not wanted to sort of admit that maybe he might have screwed over some people who weren't bad people. But now he comes fully clean and expresses, his disappointment in this group that he joined. He had no idea. He just thought the coalition was so horrific that, and he was alone, that he didn't understand even who he was. That the Federation of Magic was the answer to all of his prayers, basically. Mm-hmm. And he was involved in some incidents that might be considered war crimes.
It's an oopsie war crime.
Yeah. So that's when he realized he needed to leave, despite how difficult it might be. And he had heard rumors about the Tomorrow Legion. And so he kind of, on his way out, he, burned some things down, including trying to set some people free, which is why Darkrix is so angry with him. And he used to work with Darkrix, helping hunt down enemies. So this is Darkrix knows Brandon pretty well, unfortunately, and it's very personal.
So, well, what do you guys have questions about that?
I think Lady Serena would just say, you tell this long story, and she looks at Brandon and says, most, if not all of us, have had to do things we're not proud of to survive in this new reality. But you've come to the side of good now, and as long as you continue to walk that path, I and the rest of the Cyber Knights are comfortable with who you've become and are not concerned with who you were.
Well, I will do everything in my power to live up to that faith in me. I thank you.
And between bites, Longwalkers, this is a shitty world. Life can be utter shit. Probably is utter shit for most people. It is horrible. There are horrible things that happen. Sometimes good people have to do horrible things. And if you're good enough for Lord Coke and he accepts you, and you're good enough for us. Chip.
Mm-hmm. And he reaches out and he takes the chip, and he knows it means a lot more than just a chip.
So one thing that you would know, Brandon, is that Darkrix and his, thugs, they are bounty hunters. So if you did outrun them at this point, but that's it. I mean, what do you make of him appearing and setting an ambush for you?
I'm very surprised. He came a long way, and we were not on a straight path to our destination. So he had to be searching for us. And not only that, but he came with many companions.
What do you make of the fact that he was able to find you when you didn't even know where you are?
That's what is, the most concerning. He obviously has some ability to sense me somehow, some way to find me even when I'm lost. So I think that we need to do whatever we can to try to hide our path and to throw him off. I don't think I have any way to obscure like my magical fingerprint. Mm-hmm. That's the way I would describe it. But I think what I'm going to do is I think if I could get closer to a ley line, the power of the ley line might throw off his ability to actually sense me, since I'm so,
good point.
Magically small.
Yeah.
And I actually have the ability to detect the distance to the closest ley line.
Would you give us a 2d6 roll, please?
5.
Okay, it's each individual thing. It's if you roll...
3 and 2.
Yeah, these are rules from the Tomorrow Legion Player's Guide as well, too, for just like randomly determining if there's a ley line close.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. Nothing close.
Okay. Well, I'm going to basically be on the lookout. I know we have, days ahead of us, and I'm going to be continuing to, each day to be kind of sensing outward to see if we come upon one that's close enough to get to.
Okay. So then, the next day, guys, let's first check and see how everyone's doing here. I need a survival roll from Longwalker. I need a stealth roll from Lady Serena, and I need a notice check from Brandon, please. Holy smokes, guys. There you go. All right, so let's see. First off, the survival, no raise, but it's a success, so you're headed in the right direction again. Lady Serena, with a raise in Scout, you actually may draw 2 encounter cards on the action deck and choose the result. So that's pretty good.
Nice.
And then now I have predetermined them, but what I'll do is I'll draw another one for you and let you choose between the 2 different ones, because you've sort of been able to pick your direction. And then for notice for Brandon, with a raise, you cannot be ambushed.
Great.
Okay. So then, let me hold on here. Oh, I know what it is. It's just if I roll a face card. If I draw a face card, then it becomes something, and the type of the suit will tell us what kind of encounter it is. These are rules out of the core rulebook, modified slightly by riffs. Okay, so here we go. I'll cut the deck for you, and this is what it's going to be. You ready, Lady Serena? So
2 hearts.
It's this, which is nothing, or
it's this, which is a pack of demons.
The alternative is actually a small settlement, occupied.
What's our food and water at? Pretty good, though, right? We haven't neither
D8 and D6, respectively.
But it might be good just to stop. I could get my gun fixed. I don't know if we need anything else.
Yeah, I think we're sort of standing over a little, ridge or some valley or somewhere where we can see the settlement.
Yep.
We can sort of see a clear path or the settlement, and Lady Serena is taking opinions from her traveling companions.
Maybe we can buy some form of, or rent some form of cheap travel or trade for something.
I mean, I do
or
think
transport. I mean, not travel.
Or at the very least, we do have credits, so we could potentially trade for food and water.
There's maybe a what is it called? The rental place thing?
Hertz.
Not Hertz. The thing where you rent a room in someone's house.
Oh,
Airbnb.
Airbnb.
Post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm sure there's lots of those in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
And they're always open because the bookings are just.
Yeah.
The internet's down. So.
Still waiting. Checking those sheets again today.
Right now.
Oh man.
A lot of vacancies here.
10,326 days without a guest, but I feel good about tomorrow.
I think
and Longwalker will pop up. That could. I mean, that we could do that. Maybe grab some transportation, or it could be a village full of demonic cannibals, and we'll be back where we started from.
So, what do you want to do to address that?
I think you see Lady Serena. She kind of sniffs her two companions and says, "Yeah, I think it would be nice to get a rest here and maybe a bath."
Maybe I can let me scout it out, at least get close enough so I can see the inhabitants through like the scope on the gun. Like I've got that imaging scope.
Why don't you give us a notice at +2?
Right.
Let's see here.
Nice.
Nice.
So close.
Now, one thing I'll point out as well, that is Lady Serena, because not only are you a member of the Cyber Knights, you also have that reputation. You've got a couple of bonuses that stack to your reactions.
Yeah, that's right. I'm attractive and famous.
Yep. And a Cyber Knight. So,
and a Cyber Knight. Oh, yeah.
If these are people that support the Cyber Knights, you end up with, it's a crazy net, like... Okay, +1 to performance.
+1 persuasion. For fame. +1 to persuasion for performance or persuasion.
Okay. And then champion, is that the one? No.
Cyber?
Oh, revered protector, I think, is the one.
Oh, yeah. Connections with groups and its allies, +1 to social check with most folks, and reactions start 1 level higher than normal.
And Savage Worlds has a reactions roll, very much like AD&D. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So, I mean, if they look like friendlies, then there's a good chance we'll be treated well here.
What you can see is that there are a mix of humans and DBs living in this community.
Oh, that bodes well for tolerance.
Mm-hmm. I mentioned the maiden tied to a stick that's being set on fire, right? No? Okay.
A little less tolerant.
Slip my... No, it appears to be just like, non-human and human folks just making their way. There's a small, like a palisade around it. It doesn't look like it would keep out many folk if someone was inclined. And the community itself seems to have been like... There's one structure that has partially collapsed, and then there's, prefab stuff, or not prefab, but scavenged material that's been used to build all the other stuff around it. This is not a good representation of it, but let me show you at least kind of a rough idea of what it might, or at least what parts of it might look like for this shanty town.
We arrive at their Airbnb. I'm sorry, we've just rented out all our rooms to this group of 8 nice demon folk.
Exactly. What?
Said they're looking for some kind of lay walker.
Darkrix comes out. I don't like cream cheese on my bagels. Do you have strawberry jam? All right.
It'd be a great fight scene.
Nope, he's back. Oh my god, he is back. Yeah. Turns out I cut and pasted the wrong people. Hold on. So here we go, guys. This is kind of what you're seeing.
Oh, yeah. Luxurious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
I mean, I guess this is probably what we're used to, so.
It is. It's typical for the Rifts universe. Especially for one that is, like, this is completely... you guys have traveled far enough to be kind of... I think you're past the third waypoint, so you're almost right at the point where there are where the coalition and the Federation territories sort of converge. So, what do you guys plan to do, or what do you do? I should say, not plan.
Walk in behind the Cyber Knight.
Yeah, I say we just head down and see what kind of reaction we've got, like what kind of people they are.
All right. So you start heading down. Lady Serena, would you kindly give us a persuasion check? This is going to reflect sort of you greeting people, you being the one who's doing the talkie-talkie at the outset.
Yeah. And so this is the case where I add +2?
This is the case where you add +2, correct?
Yeah, okay. So that's under miscellaneous?
Yeah.
I put 2 in there. And
actually +3, I think, because of your holy hell.
It doesn't matter.
15,
that awesome.
So that's, yeah. So then, now would you give me a 2d6 roll? Higher is better.
Okay.
I'm going to modify this based on your result. Oh, okay. Yeah. So as you're making your way down, I think there's probably at sort of the pinch point where you can get into here. They've got corrugated high-tech metal and stuff like that, and things that would be at least a little laser resistant set up to defend the walls. There are 2 guys who are sitting outside and probably like playing cards, and one of them looks up and sees you, and first gets up to do their job. They grab some kind of ratty old rifle, and then one of them kind of like, whoa, and he says something to the other one, hitting him, and the one who first got up then is just like, hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Are you a cyber knight?
I am a cyber knight.
Welcome. Please. This is Eckert's Bend. Come inside. Please. And he hit someone else. He's like, I told you they would be coming. I told you they'd come by. And Brandon, would you give me a 2d6 roll, please? Let's see how close this is to a ley line.
Okay.
No, nowhere near. Not a bad idea if you're building a settlement to be free and clear of ley lines and nexuses. All right, so as you can sense, Brandon, that there isn't really a lot of magical power here. But this guy is very, very happy to introduce you and welcome you into the place. The doors, kind of, or gates kind of open up. He calls to someone inside, and kind of you can hear them grinding across some kind of like railing. The doors open up, and you see inside you the community, or the settlement of Eckert's Bend. Now, let's quickly see about this place.
I think she would ask, who's in charge of the settlement?
That's a good question. Let's find out.
Yeah, I figured you were looking up, but I'm just filling some space.
Definitely. All right, so would you kindly...
And then she probably looks at her companions and says, I wonder why they were expecting our presence.
That is a good question. We must be wary.
Maybe I wasn't kidding about that sacrifice pole.
We got a cyber knight. We've been waiting for it.
Maybe the demons will leave us alone.
This thing's worth 30 points.
Somehow I feel like we're going to be playing this game for the next year.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm
writing all this down.
Yeah, open-ended. What do you call it? Like travel rules and stuff like that. It's.
Well, now we're
put my map up on the wall.
Yeah, I better get a new map here behind me.
All right. Let me see. I'm gonna quickly. Give a chance to use these fancy new metal dice, which are very hard to read in some cases. Okay. The ambient tech level. Oh, it's pretty advanced in here. Looks like there's a fair amount of. You can see some obvious magical, techno-magical things in here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. There are. Interesting. A mix of DBs and humans. The economy is. How about I roll this? Here we go. There we go. You can spot, I think, because you got repair, Brandon, you can spot in the corner there's a big still going. And now you sort of remember, like, Eckert's Bend is, there's a popular brew that's circulated in here, too. Like, they're... The person in charge company. Apparently, this is a brewing town. Welcome to the town of Coors.
Keith's.
All right. Once again, I love how the books lay open so well.
Yeah. I like the size as well.
Definitely. I love the digest size books.
Yeah.
Big fan. Okay, so what you guys find is that this place apparently is a bit of it's a company town, so there is sort of like there is a company that everything is sort of, geared around producing this booze and exporting it. I think it's Eckert's is probably the name of the brand. And this actually may be a leftover remnant of the pre-Rifts region. This may have been like a microbrewery that ended up having a settlement built around it. Or perhaps this was transported out and then built around it. The folks who are in charge are members of the company, but they are very happy to see you and meet you. And it's more because there's just a ton of... they don't get a lot of folks coming by in trade, and the fact that the Cyber Knight is here, that if they're able to say that we're in a region patrolled by the Cyber Knights, that may be something that might attract more commerce. They don't ask anything of you, but there's a lot of resources here, and because it's a magical distillery as well too, because it is built by that, it likely means there are probably some pretty skilled mystic operatives here, or techno wizards.
Cool.
They're pretty helpful for, say, like, repairing things.
Nice.
So, guys.
This is what we have, just FYI.
Okay. What are you guys thinking?
We're 2 days away from our vehicle, so.
So you are 24 miles away from your vehicle. So, going on foot, that would be 12 hours of travel, so 2 days of travel. Going by hovercraft, that might be. Remember, the speed is 21 miles per 6 hour thing, and you could move more than once per day if you had a skilled pilot.
Right. So if they had a hovercraft, they could take us back.
Be it 1 day's travel.
Yeah.
That would be pretty sweet.
So,
and I could probably get my rifle fixed here while we're...
Most definitely, yeah. So, what are you guys thinking? What is it you were looking for in here? What are we seeing in this scene?
I think there's probably a few. I'm going to guess a few things, and maybe each of us are doing something a little bit different. I think Brandon's aware that we need to go and get the hog, but what he's a little bit more attracted to is trying to find a techno wizard who can help him with either the ability to mask his magical signature, or with some kind of techno magical device that might be able to, throw off his scent, or something that he can use, knowing that Darkrix is, on the hunt and he's good at his job.
Okay.
I think Lady Serena would hand her rifle to Longwalker and say, see if you can get these fixed. And she would head off to find whoever is in charge of the settlement.
Okay. We're assuming we're going to kind of, we're not going to roleplay through with hi, I'm Joe, whatever the fuck.
Right, of course.
We'll do this sort of like a transitional thing as well, too. So if, they are very big fans of the Cyber Knights. So they are happy to have you. Well, I guess the other thing is they've heard, because of your insanely good score, they've seen the recording of you singing and kind of keeping everyone's hearts up when you were retreating from the siege of Tolkien.
So they actually know who I am.
They know precisely who you are. So they will be happy to assist your allies with this stuff too. And when they hear about your they are actually they're cybernetics. They can do you one better than the than the hovercraft, because they are techno wizards here. They actually have ways to sort of fly. They've got vehicles that can be powered by PPE and fly, which is going to even faster, transport to get back. But they do sort of want something in return.
Of course you do.
They will be happy to try and assist Brandon with his issue. They'll be happy to try and repair your 2 damaged weapons. But they ask one thing of you in return, Lady Serena. Would you please sing our jingle?
Of course.
So long as you are prepared to sing, there's a whole marketing kind of thing that's involved here too. They want to record you on a hollow recording, so they can use you to promote their booze.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And we would also, of course, be accepting a couple cases or packs or whatever of your lager for our journey.
Of course, and you can tell anyone about Eckert's Bend, Eckert's Brew. Anyone, you could tell them about that. We're even trying a new cider now as well too.
Excellent.
Refined magically, with and no impurities, and it's kind of making sense to you now, Brandon, why this place would be well away from any ley lines, because if you had fluctuating magic levels, you may end up with awesome, I just made some poison. So
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. All right.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll roll performance.
Please do. Let's see how
good the jingle turns out.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Oh, not bad.
Excellent. So everyone, actually, you're already at your max. Lady Serena and Brandon, you guys both get a Benny back, by the way. One, Brandon, for that awesome backstory about Darkrix, and Lady Serena with your willingness to dive in for the jingle. And I will give you each a point of conviction as well.
Oh,
nice.
Okay. Not you, Long Walker. I see you jumping forward. Get up.
You're gonna burn out.
I haven't burnt out yet.
Yeah. All right. So then, what do you guys? Both of the rifles are repaired. So you don't need to worry about the damage to those anymore. And Brandon, they will ask you some pointed questions about what sort of needs to be done to the hog to get it up and running again.
I will do my best to explain what what destruction I have brought on the vehicle, but also what was the problem before that.
Yeah, it's probably the whatchamacallit, it's like a Charlie Day type guy who you're explaining this stuff to, and wait, you did what? What did you have to the? Why did you think that was a good idea?
But I can't get a word in.
This has got to go in here. You got to have it up on here.
I thought that. Okay. No, I was.
All right. So basically,
Kev, real quick before we move on, I just want to go back. What does Lady Serena know about supporting this AL or whatever, and as far as how it connects to the Cyber Knights? Is it something that Lord Coke would be okay with? Is it taboo? Is it is booze, where does it fit into their?
I'm not sure that the Cyber Knights would be thrilled with being associated with the crash commercialism of a beer product from a particular community that really
okay.
But there's also it's not the Cyber Knights. There's not going to be an animated Coke who comes in and being
No, of course not. But I'm just wondering whether she sees this as she's stirring up a little bit of trouble within the Cyber Knights, or if it's
it's
because she might be coming up with an excuse it's a strong ally that we're making.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
I can see there being people who would not want you, shooting commercials for beer, who are members of the Cyberknight, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, that is a problem for another critical fail.
Well, okay, but what I was going to say then maybe if that's the case, she would have like removed something from her, or like got like a wardrobe, like to perform. I guess it's just the song, right? There's not an image of her.
Oh no, there's definitely an image as well.
Oh well, if there's an image of her, she would have like asked for a dress or a cape or something to wear to like not be in her Cyberknight outfit.
So I think they're definitely keen on having the Cyberknight connection. Like they're getting you to like manifest the Psy sword and stuff. But let's see if you can, if what you're trying to do.
She'll try to persuade them that she wants to do this as herself.
Yeah.
Basically
let me roll and see what. It's not a. Would he be a wild card? I think he might be. He's a pretty important guy.
Yeah.
So let's give him this.
I don't mind a contested sort of like.
And I can find
negotiation of it.
Some of my bennies here too. Oh, I got a 6. Oh, I got a 6. All right, so I got a 15.
Wow. All right.
Okay.
Right.
Whoa. So I was going to say Don Draper, but I think this is more of like a badgering type than it is like a charming type. And you're at the end of this, and I think all these doubts that you had about this stuff, you're just bombarded with so much like attention and whatnot too, that you get to the end of this thing and then you realize like, wait, was that a camera?
Right.
Yeah. And then like, oh, it's fine, blah, 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 blah. But this is sort of the like, it's as you're flying out of town to go back to collect the hog, you're just like, wait, what is he going to use this for?
You see, like, the sign. She notices the sign, like, behind her that says, like, brand of the Cyberknights or something. Like, what the hell?
And it's like a, what do you call it? Like one of those, like, Vegas kind of things where there's, like, 2 positions for it. It's her, like, sword at the side, sword up top. Sword at the side, sword up top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 things. One, I would like to ask him if they have any armor-piercing grenades for sale. 2, I want a picture of that Cyberknight as a poster with their beer logo that we can put up on the wall.
Longwalker loves it.
Okay, how many credits do you have left, Brent?
We didn't spend our character's creation stuff, and then we had the 24 and...
So you do not have that, as I've said before. You don't have that money.
Okay, so we have the 2,400 in
armor.
Loot.
And it's 700. Hold on, the rarity is -1. Give me a sec here, because I do like the rarity rolls in here. It captures the kind of post-apocalyptic bits. It's like one of the things I'll say about this too is it has so many things that I like so much about these kinds of games. Is all the different moving parts that work together to like make for the emergent story.
Yeah, I agree.
Great stuff.
I think that if she's seen this, I don't know, is there any kind of a messaging system that exists in this world?
Depends on the community.
Do you want to really report that we still haven't made it there?
No, I think she would send a report back to Warren Koch that, like, in negotiation to get their hog fixed, she agreed to this commercial, like, just so that the first time that he sees it is not like he catches it or someone tells him, like, he's aware of it and can have mentally prepared to, like, say something to the others. God.
You know what?
We're gonna send them a batch of like the beer with your face on it to Castle Refuge.
You know what the new beer is called? Serena's Sword.
Nice.
Okay.
And he's just like walking down a hallway and there's like a TV on and like he hears something and he like just goes out of frame and then he like backs up and looks at that thing.
And I think at the end of the message is sort of like a
slay your thirst with Serena's Sword.
Serena's Sword. And at the end of the message there's sort of like a personal apology, but it says like, sorry, I would do anything to save shit, I forget her name again.
To slay anyone's
Alicia.
Alicia, yeah. I would do anything to save Alicia. the end of the note says.
Okay, so here's Brent. The way that we go about this is we actually make use of the networking rules to try and track down some of the restricted things.
Okay.
So this is a -1, so it's not going to be super hard, but then I modify it by the size of the community. Hey, sweetie. Fortunately, this is a very advanced community, so the technology level is not going to be a problem. Hey, sweetie. Anna says hi. Yes, hello. And this is unfortunately a relatively smaller place. So basically, you're going to have a -2, Brent. Do you wish to use... Okay, quit biting my hands now. Do you want to use the nice way, which would be using persuasion, or the not so nice way, which is intimidation?
I will go for the nice way, since that's...
Yeah, the consequences of failure on the... Please stop biting me. Jesus. It's really nice outside, and someone wants me to join them. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And besides, if I'm mean to them, they're not going to give me Serena's sword.
Exactly.
I need some to go.
They call it a brace of swords. So, okay, so go ahead and give us a persuasion check there, Longwalker.
All right.
And,
see how this goes.
Okay.
Oh!
Fantastic. All right, let's see here.
I like those grenades from the last time. I have some frag grenades, but they're not nearly as impressive, I don't think.
You know what they'll do, Brent, is because of... there's actually something that you guys don't know, which is one of the elements of the community. I'm actually going to give you 2 for 700.
Nice.
So that would be 700 of the 2,400.
All right. Do they max out at 2? Or can I get, like, my magazine holds 4?
Well, I mean, it's not just your money.
Yeah.
So...
I'll check it with the guys, though. And I still need I'd like some money for beer.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm totally fine with whatever. I've seen what Longwalker can do when he gets into a fight, and I'm not great in a fight, so I just leave it to him.
Okay. Each additional one will be 700, Brent. So you can spend up to however much you want. They've got as many as you need.
We have 24.
Well, and Lady Serena, like the money's not important to her right now. The tools to rescue Alicia are important. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Purchase what you need, Longwalker.
Okay. Well, yeah, pretty much drain us of our funds, but I'll take the 4, and then we have 300 left.
All right. Then, yeah. So then that day passes, guys, and we will have them bringing you guys out next time. Now, the person who they're sending with you is going to be the best one in the community. It'll be someone with a D10 for their repair skill, but they are not a wild die, so they're not a like a named character. They're also going to have a pilot, a company that will have a D6 piloting score.
Fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, then, and what you can do is, for assisting, like for instance, Brandon, Serena, Lady Serena, you got the piloting. Oh, I'm telling them. Did you hear her? Oh.
Yeah.
Goofball. You can.
So is this pilot is just to take us back to our hog, but not to accompany us?
It's just to take you back to your hog. Now, the thing is
I think Lady Serena is pressuring this individual to accompany us on the rest of our journey.
Ooh, okay. So let's do this. First off, I get to draw a whole bunch of cards. So traveling by air has the advantage of being a lot faster. The downside is, instead of drawing an encounter card for every day, I draw one for every hour.
Whoa.
But first off, let's make the navigator check. Longwalker, would you kind of give us a survival check, please?
All right.
Success. Okay, so you
Nice.
know the way to get back. That's great. Next, Brandon and Lady Serena. So you can make. Do you want to make a stealth check, Lady Serena, or do you want to help with the pouting?
I think I'll make a stealth check. I think that this pilot has got it under control much better than I do. So
okay. Then Brandon, would you kind of give us a notice check? And Lady Serena, a stealth check. Holy shit, Brandon! Good lord.
2 8s.
Oh yeah.
So you cannot be ambushed, and you can draw 2 encounters. So every hour I'll draw 2, and you guys pick which one you want.
Nice.
All right.
Beautiful.
So then, let's check with this. Oh, and I need. Which one of you guys is feeling lucky and wants to roll the D10 for the pilot?
I've had a lot of bad rolls today. I'm afraid to do it.
You're passing it to the 2 people with the worst luck in the history of RPGs, I think.
Success!
There we go. You did it.
All right. No fatigue with the vehicle. All right, that's great.
Okay,
As it takes us 3 days to get to our old vehicle.
All right, now hold on. What I'm going to do is I will draw. Let me shuffle up this deck again, and then I will show you guys what we get. So, and I need to open up my core rulebook for the encounters thing. All right, here we are. I do like how much use you get out of the rulebooks in the game too. It means, I mean, it kind of means that you're looking up a lot of shit as well, but it's more tables rather than like trying to look up rules.
Right.
So I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Here we go. Travel and encounters. Okay. So, only on a face card does something happen. So, because of your awesome scout thing, here's number 1. Ooh, face card of diamonds.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Actually.
Oh, unless you're going to say that's like...
You never know. I was just say it could be good or bad.
Diamonds, remember, one of the neat things with the encounters in Savage Worlds is the violent encounters are 1/4 of them.
Right.
The other ones have different things. This thing, I'll tell you, the community you guys came across, that was a result of a random encounter.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So as you guys are going
let's go for
over, what you spot is some kind of collapsed or crashed vehicle. It's really like the size of a. This is in the first hour. It's the size. Well, so you can choose actually. You can choose whether there's going to be a treasure encounter or whether there want to be nothing. What do you think, guys?
hard choice here.
I don't know. I feel like we just spent most of what we had, and we might be able to find some spare parts.
Lady Serena asks Longwalker to use his scope to scan the wreckage.
Sure.
Okay.
We'll just go with like odds we land, evens we won't. You'll just use it like literally like as a decider.
Well, let's do this. Let's see. Why don't you give us?
I can stealth up to it and get a close look too.
Well, no, we're flying by.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We've like seen this crash, and it's like we could land and loot it, or we keep going.
Does it look recent? I guess I'll find out, eh?
Yeah, make a roll. See what
it doesn't look recent, but it is definitely from where it is crashed. Give me a D7 roll, please, Brent.
D7. Okay.
Yeah. A 2. So it's not a huge thing. It looks like a you're not sure what the make is. Maybe Northern Gun, maybe one of the other, or not Northern Gun, but like Ishpeming, kind of human on the East Coast, one of the communities there. It's not Coalition, it's not Federation. So it might have some stuff in it.
Hey, I think it's worth checking out. We got a few minutes.
It shouldn't take you that long to look through here, like 1d6 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, let's land.
So the one of the things I love from the old Rifts thing is that the classic look of the Techno Wizard is like with an aviator cap on and goggles and stuff. So I'm picturing like someone's got it on, and you can picture like the helicopter guy from Beyond Thunderdome. So he kind of top, and he looks back, and he's like, "Were you already? How much beer did you have this morning?"
We've seen a wreck. It's worth a look.
Oh, hold on, I'll take us down. And this thing is brought down without incident. So, give us a D6 roll, please.
I got it.
Cool.
6 minutes. 6 minutes in and out.
Nice.
So, would each of you kindly give me a notice check, please? And this will be at -2.
Okay.
Let's see what you get.
Not me.
Nothing for Brandon. Oh, that was persuasion you rolled as well. Nothing for...
That doesn't make sense. Yeah.
You're trying to
Dude, I
talk.
haven't used Benny yet. Can I re-roll?
Yeah, if you like.
-2.
Nice, Brandon. Holy smokes.
Sense.
A 9. Okay, so you got a raise. Okay, Serena got a success. Longwalker still. Shit. All right, so then Lady Serena, give a 2d6 times 100. That's how many credits worth of stuff you salvage out of here. Brandon, give us the same roll. And then, guys, I want to let you know that I came to this session fully prepared by having not one, but 2 action decks ready for you.
Oh my goodness, George! Welcome to the club of freaking bad luck rollers.
Yeah.
So
is that the second time? Actually, I think because you wrecked our hog the first time.
Yeah,
that's right.
So
this is just a crew of worse rollers. Great role players, terrible rollers.
So 200 credits worth of stuff salvage out of here. What did you roll for yours, Lady Serena?
Sorry, am I rolling 2d6 as well?
Same thing, too. Yeah, you got a success, so you're finding some stuff out of here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right, then, with 1 raise, Ace of Spades. Okay.
Oh, that sounds good.
Most definitely. It means you found a nuclear bomb. No.
Ooh.
Let's see here. And it's ticking. Huh. All right. Oh, interesting. Give us a D20 roll, please, George.
Okay. There you go. 9.
So what you find in here is that there was a pilot of this vehicle. Most of the vehicle was clearly damaged, and with the hole in the side gouged out, it looks like some stuff likely was sucked out into space, or into the air, or whatever. Not space, but figuratively speaking, space. But what is in here is a set of Northern Gun Peacekeeper EBA tactical armor. The pilot has this on. They are dead, long dead, human, and they have tactical plates put in as well. This grants a +7 armor bonus, a +2 toughness bonus, and has a weight of 27 with the plates in.
Wow. Now, I don't know anything gameplay-wise about this. Is this something that one of our characters could use?
I think, like, you've got... you guys could use it, but your armor might be better? I can't remember, to be honest.
I have cyber armor.
So let's see here. Give me 2
I have line walker light armor.
Okay. Let me see here.
Mine's about the same, roughly. I've got 1 point more of toughness and 2 less points of armor, so
Okay.
it's 1 point less. But if someone were a ley line walker and didn't want to look like they were a wizard, or trying to hide the fact that they were a wizard, if you took out the plates, it might be light enough that you could wear it, not look like a wizard.
Mm-hmm.
So this is 1 point higher armor than you have currently, Lady Serena. But it is...
Yeah, but I'm wearing, like, my official Cyber Knight armor.
Yeah.
And I think your armor has, like, abilities built into it, too.
Yeah. This is also... I mean, it's worth, if you purchase it, 40,000 credits.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like, I think it's, like... we'll negotiate when we get back. Or we could negotiate. Yeah, let's keep it. Let's just keep
maybe we could sell it. Even if we get like a quarter of its value or something, then
sure. All right, so that was the first hour. We have 4 more to go. Next hour, flying. What's his name? Bruce, whatever the actor's name is, gets back in and takes your nothing. Second hour.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
What the heck does a Joker do?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
8 demons in speeder bikes are flying through the sky after me.
Holy shit.
And the one shot becomes a campaign.
No, draw twice more if the card is a Joker and combine the results.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I just got another Joker. I just got another Joker. No, I got a Jack.
Oh, a Jack.
Spades.
So 10 is better than Jack plus something else, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I think what you guys see is from below. I rolled enemies and enemies for this next one. So I think as you guys are going over the trees, you can hear again from somewhere below this very far off, Brandon Cryos! And these blasters start firing up from the thing, and the pilot's like, what is going on down there? Ah! And start jerking back and forth. Guys, we'll just do this as a quick encounter. What are you guys planning on doing to try and avoid this?
They're clearly tracking you, Serena will definitely say to Brandon.
Yeah. Now you're right.
Yes. These laser beams are shooting past you guys. I think they want you.
I'm making stuff up here. I want to see if I can try to just protect this craft.
Yep. Don't you have an armor spell?
No, I do, but it says around a character, field of energy around a character.
So here's the thing. Remember, you're a wizard, and you also have the what do you call it? You've got that the automatic ability, which I think is in a handout here for power modifiers.
Mm-hmm.
So like you could
Shroud would be good. It would give us -1 to be hit.
Mm-hmm.
So be harder. I think I'd let you, in a similar vein to range, is just like scale up the size of what could be affected.
Okay. Yep, I would definitely do that because it only cost me 1 just to begin with to cast the spell.
Great.
So I might as well use. I could use like a mega powered greater protection or something.
Yeah, which would give it mega armor. And yours is an ice shield, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what
ice suddenly forms? Ice starts to like form along the bottom of the craft and around the sides, and like there's icicles hanging off the bottom of it.
Love it. Go ahead and give us a spell casting check.
If you put Shroud on it too, I think it'd help us get away.
I can add a point for Shroud as well.
And then it gives us like stealth.
I think you'd have to change...
That's stealth. Whoops, I hit the wrong button.
I think you'd have to add a different... You have to use Wizard to add an extra cost to it to change it, because it's ice. Okay. Right? Unless you can give me a reason way where ice would help with that. But yeah, okay, so success. So
I got success, yeah.
Longwalker, what are you doing to assist in this? Or Lady Serena, either of you guys? Do you have an idea of how...
I'm going to use my psychic power. I have a boost trait, and I'm going to use it on our pilot to basically increase his piloting skill as if he's like...
I think because of one of the restrictions on the Cyber Knight psychic abilities is it's only self.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a lot of your...
Boosting an ally's trait increases... Oh, that's like just what you copied.
Yeah, in Rifts, the general distinction between magic users and psychics, a lot of psychics can only use things on themselves.
Yeah, so the
okay, I see.
If you were a mind melter, then you may have the ability to do that. Yours is self only for that, though.
Okay, I didn't see that in there. Yeah.
No, that's okay. But what else do you think?
Well, let me think for a second then.
You know what you could do? What if you used the boost on yourself and then rolled to help?
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. So go ahead and give us a psionics roll, please. Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
You are sitting on a fair amount of conviction, right?
And
Yep.
Benny's.
And
Let's use a conviction. So conviction rolls a d6.
Yeah, and you add it to the result.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Well, you
success.
also got a 4.
does it. A 4 does it.
Yeah, 4 does it, so it's plus. So then you're, what's your pouting? D4 right now?
Yes.
Now it's a
So it goes to
D6?
D6.
Give us a D6 or 2d6 roll.
Right. Yeah.
Let's see here. Success. All right, so you're giving plus
Nice.
1 to his roll. Longwalker, what are you doing to try and get away here?
I'm going to provide like covering fire. I'm going to return fire, so maybe it can make them knock them off their aim and make them move.
Sure, yeah. Give us a shooting check, please.
All right.
Okay. Holy shit.
Wow.
It's incredible. All right, so then last, well, let's make a check for him. It's going to be 1d10 plus 1. Who wants to do the honors?
I'm guessing me.
I don't know. I'm reluctant
bad
to roll
news.
things like this.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
What is happening? I'm getting sucked into the vortex.
You are. That is amazing. How did you do that? Oh my goodness.
Okay, so all this means is that he's... Oh, shit.
Can we use bennies on it? No, we can't use bennies on someone else, eh? No.
You want to hear more bad news?
Sure.
In a dangerous encounter, a failure means that you suffer a wound. Guess who can't take a wound and live? It's
Oh yeah,
non-wild.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
he
god.
dekes to the side, and there's some strange shot, and it's just drops back. You're like, wait, shit! And Lady Serena, now you have the controls. And he drops down. Now, to be clear, the pilot is not the repair person. So the repair person is still alive, but the pilot is dead. So, let's do this.
Word.
Let's see here. So Longwalker got a critical success, so you don't need to make a check, but I would like Brandon and Lady Serena to give us a athletics checks, please.
Oh my goodness.
As this thing's jerking around.
Yeah.
What is with Roll20? Like, how many ones can you just feed into this game system? It's amazing.
Oh my gosh. All right, so I need athletics checks from both Lady Serena and Brandon, please.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay. Did you? Hold on. Oh, because I'm
Yeah.
scrolled up. Sorry.
Yeah.
6. Oh, Lady Serena. Lady Serena, you are fatigued. Result of me.
Perfect.
So you,
Perfect. The person who has to take over piloting the vessel is now fatigued. We're guaranteed to crash.
So -1 to all trait rolls.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you're still better than last session here. It's a 1d4 minus and a -2.
You just need an hour of rest, though. Okay. Fortunately, guys, that was 3. You only have 2 more hours of airplane travel. Gonna guess this is the last time we fly anywhere in Rifts.
Oh my goodness.
Where's our astromech?
And next,
All right.
Well, that's good.
final hour.
Okay.
Okay.
We go.
I'm gonna give Jeff some. Oh wait, is he better now? It's been an. Oh, and he's not rested.
Oh.
I'm not resting. I'm
Okay.
driving.
So, guys,
I make you some coffee, but it's in the.
clubs or hearts. Clubs. Where's travel? Travel. Where are you? Travel. Looking for you, travel. Travel. Here we go.
And all of these tables are in the normal Savage Worlds book, or
these are in normal Savage Worlds. This is under travel. So you and normally like it's once per day you would normally draw these instead of it's just because air travel is so dangerous in Savage Worlds.
Totally. That makes complete sense.
Or not Savage, in Rifts rather. All right, so clubs is an obstacle. So it'd be something like a flooded river, a mine. It's probably like an oncoming storm. Oh, it'll be a ley line. It'll be a ley storm. Or hearts is strangers, a group of neutral or friendly non-player characters such as merchants, lost travelers, a guide, or even other adventurers. I'd say that's probably some people back in town.
Okay.
Oh, like in the place where we left our hog.
Yep.
Traveling through there. Yeah, let's run into them.
Okay. All right.
I like that. Better than trying to fly through a storm.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys finally bring this thing down. Back down into this as yet unnamed town. And what you find there are a bunch of... let's do this quickly. First, let me move you guys back to the town. Here we go. All right.
We're never leaving this town, ever.
No, this is the whole adventure.
I like this town.
Seems good. Let's stay here. All right. In which case I need this. All right. You know, for a game that has quite so many like tables and shit that you can refer to, it is doubly nice that it lays open properly.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Ooh. Especially when you have tables from different books that you're referencing.
Mm-hmm. And the binding is quite good, too, so I'm not really worried about shit falling out because I've left it open.
Yeah.
Oh, and I just noticed as well that the table I'm looking at is one of those, like, Kevin Crawford style, like, one of each dice type thing. So I can just pick up everything and roll it all at once instead of doing the dumbass one at a time thing I did last time. So, these guys, so sure. Jeez, more techno wizards.
This place is crawling with them.
Yeah.
It's all these
I wonder if there'll be brewers or distillers this
It's
time.
actually, you know what? It's it's dwarves, guys.
Nice.
Oh.
Who looked like they were bringing fuel back here. From the looks of things.
Oh.
Now, why don't you give us a 2d6 roll, please, Lady Serena?
Come on, 2 1s. Let's go.
Fire on them. Take them down.
Oh.
Holy smokes. So you know what? This is actually someone you know.
Oh.
Yeah. These are, there is a dwarven community at Castle Refuge. These are guys who kind of go out and try to, like, especially for these outlying communities, they help supply these places with like a kind of refined fuel, kind of like an ethanol type thing, but like with magic ethanol.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we can trade them a suit of armor for some refueling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's so as you guys go down, let's get a name for this dude. Where's my Xanthar's guide here. I know D&D dwarf names are different from what they've been using in Rifts usually, but we can make it whatever we want.
Sure.
His name could be Martin. Let's see. Brent, would you give us a percentile roll, please?
All right.
Actually, let's get a woman who's in charge here. Okay. Her name is Bardrin. And I think, so she knows, she actually would have been part of the caravan. I think that you were part of Lady Serena, the one that you helped to inspire them and keep them heartened to make their way to Castle Refuge. So as you guys land, like she and like all her, the soldiers who are helping her, you know, they've all got to kind of like, get their guns up, and then they see you guys land, and her whole face kind of brightens up, and I'm picturing kind of like jovial Kathy Bates of this too. She's like, Lady Serena, what are you doing here?
What a strange coincidence. We're here to recover our hovercraft. We stashed it here in this town.
Is that yours underneath the... I thought I recognized it, but...
That is ours.
Oh. Well, it looks like someone sabotaged it.
Well, we hit it as it was in disrepair. But we've brought a repair man from Eckert's Bend, and hopefully they'll be able to get it running again for us.
Her eyebrows kind of peek up. Eckert's Bend?
Yes.
You brought... Is that all you brought from Eckert's Bend?
Well, what would you be after? An ale?
How about a Serena's sword?
And I'm picturing you say it in that kind of like drawly, like Matt McConaughey server slang too. The future governor of Texas, I should say.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
No, nowadays, not at all.
Yeah.
All right, so
it's amazing that we've run into you here. We're badly in need of some fuel as well.
Longwalker's passing out as you're doing this, passing out beers to all the dwarven guards.
Oh, I gotta warn them that they might be a bit explosive right now. We had an encounter in the air that gave them a good shake, so be careful when you open them.
They look over as Brandon and the operator are dragging the corpse of the pilot off of. What kind of turbulence did you hit?
Broadkill.
Demons?
Yes.
Yeah.
Be wary. Be wary in your travels.
So, she nods and she says something in a language you guys don't understand. You're assuming it's Dwarvish. And the guards kind of like each, grab up their beer, sip it, and then kind of scamper off. And they're starting to take up positions to kind of keep watch in here.
It was 2 hours back, right?
I
think it was the second card we rolled.
3 hours, yeah. 3 hours back. It goes 5 total to get here. Okay, so then here's another upside is because she is here too, she can aid the operator.
Right.
Okay. And I don't think she's a wild card. So she's just going to have a D8 in her repair. So who would like to roll the D8 for her helping?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Come on, Dwarven lady that helps us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
nice. So +1 to the operator's check. Now, Brandon, you also have training in this. Would you like to try and aid as well?
Definitely.
Okay, so give us a repair check.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah. More hands make less work. Another success, so +2
5.
to the roll. Yeah. Now, it will be a D10 roll. Now before you, if you got a raise, you could actually add +1 more, and you do have conviction.
I have 2 convictions, so I will spend 1 conviction and roll a D6.
Okay.
Go.
So this is like, so close.
So close.
So
worth
close.
trying.
All right, so here's the upside: is that the operator has a D10 in the repair skill and gets a +2 because of an edge that they have. However, and he gets a +2 from Brandon's help and from the dwarf lady's help. Then it takes a -4 because of the state of repair of this thing. So it's a D10. You need a 4 or higher.
Who is gonna do?
Not it.
All right, I'll do it since I messed it up the first time.
I will say that in the same way that like our second campaign with AD&D Second Edition suddenly saw like 60 Rangers show up, I got a feeling that our next Rifts campaign is suddenly going to have,
Yeah.
nothing but operators.
Totally. All right, so I'm just gonna on a straight D10. I need a 4 or better.
Correct.
Yeah,
Here we go.
it's a pretty good chance. Oh my goodness!
So with everyone looking, I think what's being added insult to injury here is this constant like, what the hell who did this to this thing? Why is there a wrench in here? Oh God! Now the thing is, it didn't make it worse.
Okay, that's good.
So there's
One good
that.
thing.
It did not repair it though,
Right.
and this is right into the evening now too. So evening is coming. Our evening is here. There's dogs barking at the edge of town.
It's like it's amazing
Maybe it's
sound effects.
roadkill. Maybe it's I don't know. What you can do is you can just see how things go tomorrow. Because they can make another try of it tomorrow, just for this 6 hour, or you can try and push through in the evening, and I'll just get you guys to make like vigor checks to see if you get fatigued.
I'd say we do it in the morning because they're not going to leave at night anyway to fly back. So,
But also, we might want to do it sooner than later because those broadkill are tracking us. So
that is true.
So they might come back during the night. So
Yeah.
I was thinking, if we're gonna spend the night, why don't you guys try and fix it, and I'll work with some of the dwarves to set up like a cover and barricade around, so we're more fortified where we sleep. Because with these guys being invisible, that would be tricky to like keep them up. So maybe we can put up some things to give us like cover and like tripwires that might, ring a bell and let us know someone invisible is in our camp
Okay.
or trying to eat us.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
How many bells does Longwalker usually carry on him?
0.
I'm just joking.
But we'll find something in town.
Again, this is the thing that's
There's a lot of tools that probably make noise that no one seems to be using very well.
This is the thing that's fun with playing with other DMs. Is there's even the other players will like, come on,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
There'll be something we can rig up.
I know, but it was just funny with bells, you said.
Most
so it's
definitely.
just-
All right.
Yeah.
So here is
I just picture Longwalker taking the 30 cat collars off of his arms that he's had tied
Well, that
around there
one-
the whole time.
Nah,
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Hey, with that speed spell, I've got a pace of 40 compared to a base human of 6, so I could just run around and jingle.
he's actually got a charm bracelet.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will point out that I did, for the events of each of the days, I did roll this ahead of time, so do bear that in mind when I tell you what will be happening tomorrow. Now, before we do that, though, I need to have, let's make a food check, an ammo check, and a water check.
Oh, and then we are trying to do the repair tonight, so we'll have to do that.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, yeah, cool. So then we'll do the repairs, then you'll check see how exhausted you get.
I'm grabbing the information about the checks, putting it down here. Here they are.
Okay.
So I'm on water.
So I think, Jeff, why don't we have you on ammo?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, you'll do ammo. Brent's doing food. And remember, roll twice, Brent, and take the worst of the two results. No, you're good.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Give us a D6 roll too, Brent, or Jeff. You still might get a success.
Nope.
nope.
So you could spend you spent a Benny before too and didn't mark it down.
No, I spent one and then you gave me one back.
Oh, okay. So you could spend a Benny and re-roll if you like.
No, we're running out of ammo.
All right, so your ammo's down to a D6, and then how did the water go?
Just success.
Oh, you got a 5. Okay, great. Yeah, so you guys were fine with that. Okay, so then, here's the other reason. I think Brandon, would you give me a notice check at +2, please?
Okay. +2.
Fantastic. You can feel this place you felt was not near a ley line. All right, we know that this town is not near one.
Right.
But as you guys are getting late in the day, you've been 6 hours of work pulling this thing apart. You guys have all the shit set over. You're filthy, and you can feel you're feeling particularly on edge. And you sort of like, that's when you notice you're like, I really don't feel very well. What? And you realize that what it is a fluctuation in the lines of magical power. There is, it feels like a doozy of a ley lines or a ley storm that is coming in tomorrow.
Oh.
So, I also have not forgotten that you guys hope to convince this operator to come with you.
No, that was the pilot who died.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I can't wait, guys. This is going to be the greatest.
Yeah. An adventure? Cool.
Oh, man. I've never felt so alive. So let's have Brent give us a D8 roll for the dwarf. Brandon, go ahead and make a roll for your repair. And then Jeffrey, roll a D10. Uh-oh.
You've got to
How? How did you do that?
Wow.
I'm doing worse now with some skill in repair than I did last time with no skill.
Okay, so Brandon is most definitely not helping things. It's
So
probably
wait, can I spend conviction?
Yes.
Okay, I have 1 point of conviction left. I'm just gonna try because I see that I'm about to mess this up, and I'm like, no.
Yep.
Nice. Oh, beauty.
Okay.
All right, so
All right.
then, Jeffrey, 1d10 plus 1. Your target number is a 4.
Come on, Jeff.
Come on, team. At least give us our vehicle back to end on a happy note. Yes!
Yes.
Nice.
With a raise. So you know what that means is it goes from it goes to operable at -4, and then one more better, it's at -2 now. So you guys hear this thing roll up, like, oh, thank God. And that's when you hear, and there's this bluish, violent storm on the horizon. And that's where we will leave our session.
Nice.
All right, guys. So, well, that was great. I mean,
That was awesome.
once again,
fun.
the one shot is completely ruined.
It's great.
We started exactly where we left. Like we were like finishing the second session, and we're right back where we started at the beginning of the session.
Not true. You guys have a slightly more operable hog now,
That's right.
and one of you has become a minor advertising sensation.
Right. Physically, we're still back
Good
at
point.
this town.
Yes. Right. Like if you were looking at a map, we're at where we started. Yeah.
Yeah.
Progress-wise. Yeah.
Amazing.
All right. Let's see here. Yeah, 63. All right. But the hog is back up and running. All right. So then, and if you had 6 more hours to work on this thing, you would. Oh, let's make a vigor checks for Brandon. Yeah, just for Brandon actually. So vigor, please.
We're back at the hog. I've got coffee.
You're actually energized.
Right.
You're actually really
Yeah.
jazzed up for this. Okay.
Nice.
Sweet.
So then, guys, let's we'll end our session there. So I mean,
Oh, can I ended with a question to Brendan?
of course.
So Long Walker points up to the clouds and like, do we take shelter or run?
I think we move as fast as we possibly can go.
And almost as in answer. Oh, hi, sweetie. Hi, Anna. I just wanted to lean my head on the armrest of my chair, and I found dog head. Good girl. Yes. All right. So then, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for part 2 of our Demons in the Dark Woods adventure. So much as we didn't get further towards, this is exactly the thing that is, I think, so much fun about this kind of thing. Just like we're just seeing what happens each, with each role and each development. We've now learned about, Well, I mean, that Lady Serena is a minor sensation, and we've learned about Brandon's backstory as well, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, this has been awesome. Are we going to do a third session?
We'll talk about it.
I think it's a pretty good chance. I got to twist my arm too hard. But anyway, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for part 2 of the Demons of the Dark Woods, I guess, adventure. So,
yeah.
As is always the case, first we want to say once again a big thank you to all of the very generous donors who helped make this session possible. This game was selected as the game for us to run for our first charity session. It was one of 4 post-apocalyptic games that was selected, and I can't remember how many votes it was, but it is the folks who donated to the SOS Children's Villages International Charity through our Heroes Save Villages campaign. We also want to thank everyone who helped outfit our heroes. Many of the gear and their transportation. Honestly, I mean, if you guys didn't have the hog, this would just be you guys actually traveling overland. So, thank you so much to everyone for outfitting our heroes with this lovely piece of crap. You guys also will each get an advancement after today's session too, so you will be able to improve some skills and such, or select a new edge or whatever you want to do. For those listening at home, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns about this adventure, the game, the initiative, anything like that, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of the video, and I will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. You can also find me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings, and by email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com. You can also find a link in the description of the video to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we have channels dedicated to, I don't think this game per se, but there's channels dedicated to assorted games, to every kind of, most kinds of D&D that you would want, discussion, helping people find groups to play with, setting up your virtual tabletop, all sorts of great stuff, and also the Charity Initiatives channel too, where currently the voting is going on for our next charity session. We have 4 terrific dark fantasy games that you can choose from. So the voting is for Simba Room, Warhammer Fantasy 4th Edition, Shadow of the Demon Lord, or The Witcher from Artel Saurian. So currently Simba Room is in the lead, but only by a very narrow margin, and everything else has got 1 vote. So if you haven't voted for our next charity session, be sure to do so before April 1st. And speaking of April 1st is when our first charity session for the year, our first charity raffle for the year will take place, and everybody who has donated at least $25 Canadian to the Heroes Save Villages campaign will have 1 chance to win for every $25 donated. The grand prize is a copy of the Beetle and Grimm Platinum Edition Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden. It's a terrific product. It was $500 at new when it was at retail, when you could get them. Beetle and Grimm have very generously donated a copy of that to raffle off as our grand prize. If you don't win that, we have a copy of their Silver Edition Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden box set. If you don't win that, there's still a chainmail dice bag made by one of our players, a dice tray made by one of our players, some awesome zines made by another of our players for OSR games or old school games. There's also a copy of the City of Mist starter set, brand new from Son of Oak Studios, and a bunch of cool stuff from the Dungeon Musings Redbubble shop, including some t-shirts, some posters, and some other cool stuff. So, lots of opportunities to win some stuff, and best of all donations go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. Everything goes to them. No middleman takes it, and the channel doesn't take anything. It all goes to help the over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children who benefit from those from the services of SOS Children's Villages International. And I am thrilled to say that we have already surpassed our halfway mark for the year with donations, and we just went over $2,000 as of the time of recording. So a huge thank you to everybody who has demonstrated such enormous generosity in support of what I think is a pretty worthy charity. The last thing I will say, speaking of thank you, is a huge thank you to George, Brent, and Jeff for joining me back in this post-apocalyptic hellscape and letting me torture them more with tables and more tables and more tables. So, guys, thank you so much for playing today. This was a shit ton of fun for me.
It was awesome.
Super fun.
I had a blast. This is tons of fun.
Awesome. So then, once again, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us. If you are joining us during the current crisis, we hope that this finds you healthy, safe, and weathering the current crisis as well as can be expected. We hope that we have given you a few hours take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes are getting up to in the post-apocalyptic or post-apocalyptic world of Savage Worlds rifts. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.